What is happening, fellow gearheads? God, that feels good to say. I was a closet gearhead, but now I'm out and proud, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tom Myers, and I would like to, again, thank the wonderful staff at the Blind Mike Project who showed nothing but complete earnestness and professionalism. It is just a well-run organization. Well, except for that demon. What a meanie. You know, he really reminds me of Charlie Stefano, the kid who would put me in the locker all day at school, only letting me out to steal my daily lunch money and then shove me back in. Not a fan, but you know who I am a fan of? My new bestie. We just made plans to go to the next Taylor Swift concert in the Northeast. That will be amazing, but not as amazing as your host, the one, the only. You saw him on First Date. You know I did. That is why I called I Hunt That Spotlight Baby. I think there is a name for that. Anyway, here's your host, Blind Mike Geary.
I enjoyed that. Oh, it's good to hear from my buddy Tom Myers.
I was like, he'll get to the intro eventually.
I want to real quick. I want to talk about Tom Myers in a second, but I figure we should nip this in the bud, lest anyone start any rumors about it. I know people have been talking to me about it all week, and people are very worried that we're not going to get to this because we did a Why You Laughing episode on Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's up on Patreon now, and YouTube members can get it now, and the rest of you will get it Wednesday night. But I just want to address this right off the top. Yes, Craig does bring up rules of engagement. If you were worried that we weren't going to address it.
Hey, I was
Craig does bring up the CBS sitcom Rules of Engagement.
Now, we were talking about Patrick Warburton for a brief moment.
And no, I was just happy. It doesn't matter what the segue was. I was just happy we got to it.
Got to give it its flowers once in a while.
So yes, everyone breathe a sigh of relief. We do talk about the half-hour sitcom Rules of Engagement.
Some are saying it's underrated. That's all.
Yeah. No, it was important that we got to it. So I just wanted to address it. I don't want anyone to worry. It comes out in a couple of days, so people could be nervous. Yes. So yeah, people seem to like Tom Myers.
That went
turn the tide on him.
It went over really well.
I'll tell you who I think doesn't like it. He has not said this to me, but I gauge from his tone is Carl. I don't think he.
Oh, he didn't enjoy it?
I think like I think he and other people think like we were killing the joke by having Tom Myers on. To me, it's the opposite.
Way opposite.
I think we talked about. Good. I'm glad you emphasized what I said. That's good.
Yes.
If people didn't believe me,
well, so you know you're not on an island.
I'm glad you highlighted that. Thank you.
You're not on an island by yourself.
I'm a Tom Myers. Here's my way of looking at people like that. I am as much of a Tom Myers fan as anybody. Like, I can quote many more Tom Myers jokes than a lot of comedians that I've listened to for a long time. You know what I mean? Like, I can recite Bong Hit Transplant word for word. So, regardless of how you slice it, I am a Tom Myers fan. So, like, the guy who's been getting kicked around on the internet for a decade, it's nice to have just a talk with him where we're like, hey, we make fun of you, but we don't hate you, you know?
Oh, my God. I completely forgot about that Why You Laughing episode. So when we're just sitting there, I'm looking at him. He's got like a big smile on his face.
Yeah.
You're like, if you look at the Why You Laughing archives, you're going to find an episode entitled, and I'm like, what is he going with this? Tom Myers, the worst comedian in the world.
Well, I felt I should rip the Band-Aid off. I'm not going to do an hour with the guy and be like, by the way, in case you find this.
I completely forgot about it.
But yeah, I like, that's the thing is like, we've talked shit about him. He can be a good sport about it. And I've completely come to the conclusion that when he does things, like the responses that he would give in like comments and on Twitter and stuff like that, when he would be kind of nasty with people.
Mm-hmm.
What I realized in that interview is like, oh, it's all a defense mechanism. It's people have been calling him garbage since people have known his name. They've been saying he's shitty. So the snarky responses and everything, it's just a defense mechanism. You know what I mean? Like, he just hasn't handled it the best necessarily. But like, I thought he did a good job talking with us about it. There were some things that I feel like I didn't quite get through to him, but you know.
No, for
he
sure.
messaged me. I said, I messaged him afterwards and said, thanks again, man. Like, we've gotten good feedback on it. Hope you're getting the same. You know, take care, whatever the fuck I said. And he replied, I'll wait till the honeymoon phase is over.
That's a very funny response.
He's like, oh, Tommy, you son of a gun.
I want to know what their argument for ruining the joke is. If anything, it just gives you more to talk about.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know really, because to me it's, you know, it would be a different tone. I think if we had Stuttering John on, it would be a very different tone, because I don't think John is like a good guy at all.
I mean,
and I think Tom's a decent guy, you know?
Yeah, the jokes are like he's a doofus, and I don't think that's changed anyone's mind.
No, like, yeah, I think John is like an asshole. I think if we had like Opie on and we're that direct with him, I think you'd be nasty about it. I think if we said like, oh, we make jokes about you like this,
Yeah.
I think he would get very defensive and maybe he could prove us wrong. You're welcome to come on, Opster. But that was my thing, is like, if Tom's willing to, you know, fuck around with us, then what am I going to do? Be like, hey, bong hit transplant, Tom, remember? It's like, no, he gets it, I think, for a little bit. Some things he didn't quite get. And yes, I did notice that he messaged me 2 days after my interview with Lauren Compton dropped. And perhaps he didn't actually know who I was, but
oh, he for sure didn't. I didn't
thought it was maybe a bigger show than it is, but that doesn't bother me. I'm fine with it.
I didn't think that had to be said. Like, so he's like the Richard Ojeda one. I was like, okay, and then he said,
I don't even know if I believe that.
I don't believe the Ojeda one.
Yeah, no, I think there were 2 reasons he found us.
They were gigantic.
Yes.
But him saying that in the moment, I just start nodding, and I'm like, okay, here we go.
But yeah, I like Tom Myers, and I think Carl asked me the other day, like, will you still make fun of him? If he does, sure. If he does something worthy of making fun of, and because then if he gets mad at that, then he's a hypocrite. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
we told him what we are, and we can have him on. If he disagrees with us, he can come back on. He knows we'll have a conversation with him and not fucking attack him. So
that make me real sad.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the banter on Thursday. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Bottom of what?
The Carl possibly not enjoying the Tom Myers interview.
Oh, we did an episode Thursday.
Oh, did he see it already?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Like, Craig really has his finger on the pulse of everything.
It's been chaos over here.
As I've always said, if it's not rules of engagement, Craig is checked out.
I'm on my 4th rewatch of the program.
If it's not a sitcom starring Bill Lawrence's ex-wife, then it's Grounded for Life and Rules of Engagement that Craig really talks about.
Yeah, I'm more of a Patrick Warburton fan than I am a Rules of Engagement fan.
Oh, that's discussed. Don't worry, folks.
Yes.
So we haven't done this in a while, and I wanted to start the program with this. Longtime listeners of the Blind Mike Project may remember from time to time, me and the Skirt have a nice relationship. We don't have too many instances like this, but from time to time, there will be an argument or a disagreement that's so baffling to me that I have to bring it. I have to bring it to the program.
Like, is this bathroom trash level?
You guys may remember such classics as decorative trash barrel and saving your plates, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
This to me is the most puzzling of them all.
Really?
I'm right. Like it's not an argument. It's just a thing I'm right about that I'm just going to tell you guys about. So there's a couple we are good friends with. And I've known them. They were friends of mine, and then when Alba and I started dating, they became friends of hers as well. So now we're both in their wedding party. I'm in the, I'm a groomsman. She's a bridesmaid.
Oh, wow.
So a couple weeks ago, she tells me where the she goes, oh, we're going to. I don't want to give anything away. Let's just say the bachelorette party is in Florida. And she says, oh, we're going to Florida for the bachelorette party. I go, nice. And then a few days later, I'm going over there. Alba has other plans. I'm going over there. I'm hanging out with Jimmy. That's the groom's name.
Mm-hmm.
And
I met him, I believe.
A nice man.
Mm-hmm.
One of the Shaw mob, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. So I'm going over there. I'm going to see these people. And I receive no warnings or anything. There are no ground rules of conversation given out to me. And so we're talking, and Jimmy's talking about the bachelor party, things like that. And then I turn to the bride, and I say, so you guys are going to Florida, right? Do you see anything wrong with that, what I just said?
No.
No, why would you? So the bride kind of laughs and she goes, I don't think I was supposed to know that. And I go, what?
Oh, no.
She goes, it was a surprise. And I go, oh, Jesus, I'm so sorry. So I apologize. She's like, no, don't worry about it. She's like, hey, I don't know why it was a surprise. And she says, I knew it was between one of two places, but not a big deal. And then Jimmy tells me, he's like, yeah, I don't think they did a good job telling people it was a surprise because his sister also didn't know it was a surprise. There was a whole thing where no one really knew it was a surprise. The bride didn't understand why no one was telling her where it was. It was not communicated well. Yeah. I apologize profusely, but it seems like there's no real reason. No one's mad or anything. So then I come home to the skirt. And a week later, we're going to see this couple again, the both of us.
Yep.
This is now, I don't know, 3 weeks after she told me where the bachelorette party was. Mm-hmm. She knows I've seen them. And she says, oh, by the way, I think the location of the bachelorette party is a surprise. And I say, well, bad news. I've already spoiled it. Now, I kind of expected Alba, my queen, my beloved. I kind of expected her to say, I'm so sorry that I did that to you, that I didn't tell you, that I sent you there without telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, this is the response. And I give her credit. She has dug her heels in on this. She is steadfast that she is right.
Yep.
She goes, why would you say that?
No, are bachelorette parties usually surprising?
No, never once in my life have I heard of that.
Okay.
She goes, why would you say that? And I say, I had no idea it was a surprise. And she says, this is the puzzling part of the argument. She goes, it doesn't matter if you knew it was a surprise. You should have, and this is the phrase that keeps getting thrown at me. Mm-hmm. You should have tested the waters. And I said, do you understand how insane you sound? I've known this girl for I've known her most of her adult life. And so I should have walked in there and said, hey, anyone taking any trips anytime soon? Does everyone know all the places they're scheduled to go? This is, again, a man who has no context that this is a surprise. And she goes, this is another one that was thrown at me. Who needs to talk to someone about where their bachelorette party is?
It's called being nice.
I said, I don't need to talk to her about anything. She goes, why is that the first thing you say? And I said, it's probably the 39th thing I said.
Because it's timely. Brooks for $2 says, Mike, you should have read the room.
You know what? I guess so. Is there anyone that's going to be against me on this?
Now, who told Alba about the Bachelorette?
So I had no idea. That's interesting you asked that.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I was in a group chat without the bride. After I told her that I spoiled the surprise.
Now,
she goes, the bride wasn't in the group chat. And I said, how the fuck would I know that?
So I've heard of things like they'll do that because they'll do things on the Bachelorette trip they don't want the bride to know about.
Right.
But you got to buy a plane ticket and know where you're going.
Well, here's the thing. That's not necessarily true for this trip. But my issue is not the fact that the trip is a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
No one told me.
That's true. You can't deny that.
Like if I said, hey, Craig, I'm going to be on the Kirk Minahan show tomorrow. And then tomorrow, it was a big surprise. We were having a surprise party for Craig. Why would you say that? I mean, well, no one has ever mentioned that to me.
That'd be quite a surprise.
Exactly. That's something I should be alerted to probably if it was going to happen.
Man, that's tough. Because I'm wondering, whoever came up with it, did they explicitly say this was a surprise and not to say anything?
I guess it was not communicated well. But nonetheless, we can blame Alba, we can blame the maid of honor, we can blame a lot of people. But I think I'm at the bottom of that list.
And what helps you is the bride did not seem mad at all.
Not even remotely. But what's funny about it is just the idea that it seemed almost like Alba was like gaslighting me into thinking that like I planned the party or something. She's like, you knew it was a surprise. And I was like, what's happening? How would I know that?
You told me after I saw them.
Right, yeah, it's crazy. But my favorite is test the waters. Like I'm supposed to kind of, so if you were to have a bachelorette party, where would you go? It's like, I don't know. Who has a conversation like that? I knew where she was going. I thought so did she.
Yeah, so you're gonna be like, so your friends, do they like you enough to do something with you? Or
she goes, how would that even come up? And I go, because I was talking to the groom about the bachelor party, and she was sitting there. It felt like a pretty natural question.
Now, what does the groom have to say about this?
No one blames me.
I mean, that's final right there.
No one thinks I'm at fault, except for one crazy lady.
Now, do you know how the rest of the bridesmaids feel?
Well, that should be interesting.
Because that could make your night.
I've told her to act surprised, and she said she will. So maybe I shouldn't have said it on a podcast.
So the rest of them don't know it's been ruined yet.
I don't think so. No.
Interesting. Now it could be now we could get into some Mike blame.
I won't accept it. I assure you, I will never take that blame.
1 in the chat if Mike's correct. 2 if Alba's correct. I want to see what
rip the 2 off your keyboard. There's no need to use it.
Well, I see someone say I stand with Alba, so I'm just curious what the whole.
They're lying. They're simping. There's something.
Yeah, if you don't pay to comment, then I don't believe you. All right, we got ones. We got both. 1, 2.
I know what the 2s are doing.
JFK head chunk is pretty legit.
Hey guys, loud and clear. Listen,
there is an overwhelming amount of 2s.
Well, listen, I won't accept them. Ban them.
Where's our moderator when we need her?
Wow. Yeah. Been dismissed.
R.I.P. Andrea.
Yeah.
Got some super chats here and get through them real quick.
Oh, okay. Let's do that.
The Drip Lord, $2. This isn't nice. It says, saw Craig again at daycare Friday. Sharp camera.
Oh, you were that's good. You're taking your photographs as you often brag about.
Hulkamania, $20. Tuned in just in time. You guys rule.
That seems almost like a bot or something.
Whatever, $20
But
is
thank
real.
you.
Port Film Co-op, $2. This is like Jay Moore doing dice, doing normal jokes.
Jay Moore doing. I don't get it.
I don't know. It came in during the Elba story, so I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Super Raiders 09, $5. 2.
How dare you? I won't accept it. There's not a universe I'm wrong. Test the waters. All right, hey, guys, what does everyone know before I start a conversation? Hey, gang, I've entered the room, and there are some things I'd like to talk about. I just want to know if I'm allowed to. So present everything in your lives to me.
So you going to the woods? You planning on getting like a sunburn on your trip? What do you think you're doing?
Yes. So
that's like an impossible scenario to even test waters.
Of course, it's such a ridiculous phrase.
If you're gonna test waters there, like I don't even know how you go about it.
I wouldn't dream of it. I wouldn't think of it. Now, if I knew it was a surprise, of course I wouldn't say anything.
If you're gonna test waters,
but the idea of just telling a man, "Hey, here's a conversation starter with this person. Now go see them."
I'm gonna make.
We'll see what happens.
Whatever happens the rest of this episode, this one's gonna be called "Testing the Waters."
Well, of course, yeah. Yeah. So there we stand. The twos. I know what you're doing. I won't stand for it.
Super Raiders 09, $5. Should have tested the waters.
Doesn't make any sense.
That's an interesting one.
I mean, that's a person, that's someone on the stand about to be committed. You'll just say anything. That's someone who knows it's entirely their fault. And
I was just gonna say that is defensive.
Yeah, of course.
Actions.
Hey, listen, sweetheart. If you're listening to this, sure, blame me. It's my fault. I'll take the heat from the ladies.
Met her a few times. Very nice lady. She's wrong here. I have to say.
Yeah, she's an insane person.
Hulkamania gifted 5 Blind Mike Project memberships.
Whoa!
How about that?
I didn't even know you could do that.
You can. Hackride used to yell at us to tell people to do that.
I know, like, we could. I've just never seen anyone do it. So I figured it was a myth that I'd heard about.
It hasn't happened in quite some time.
Well, hey, guys, you can be... you can go to blindmike.net and become a member on Patreon or YouTube, whatever you prefer, and you get all kinds of bonus content and early access to stuff. So consider that. We had a good idea for a bonus show we were talking about before the show. I think, because we're in a world without OJ, I missed the guy already. So I wanted to go back to the If I Did It tapes and see what we could find in those. Someone posted the audio book that's read by, I don't know if it's AI or an actor or something, but it sounds strikingly like OJ.
Who else is going to read that?
I get, I don't know, but it sounds a lot like him.
Imagine being one of those audiobook readers for your job. You're like, all right, what do we got today? Yeah, I'm not doing that.
OJ confesses to the murders.
Yeah, I don't want to be part of this.
So we may do that for Patreon and YouTube members, so check that out. Or just support the show for free, wherever you get podcasts, whether it's Apple, Spotify, or right here on YouTube. Guys, don't forget to obliterate that like button, if you would.
Yeah.
And subscribe. And I think that's pretty much it, right? Comment.
Yeah.
Whatever you do to help the algorithm.
Like, subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe. Is that a thing? I don't know.
No. Don't do that, actually.
Don't do that.
Just subscribe. Tap the notification bell. Smash that as well.
Yes.
I don't understand why that caught on so much. Smash the like button.
instead of just like it.
Press it.
Violently punch the keyboard.
Blindmike.net. Please do that. So
Well,
where should we
look at all these new members in here because of Hulkamania. Thank you, sir. That's nice.
Thank you, buddy. We appreciate that. Where should we start today? I'll let Craig choose. He always, like I said, he has his finger on the pulse with that rules of engagement take that he has on Why Are You Laughing? So I feel like this man knows what the people want to hear about.
I think we should go GD.
Oh, you think we should?
Yeah.
All right, what the hell? We'll start with GD Fenderson.
This is fun.
we were talked about. Someone pointed out that we forgot to bring up GD Fenderson to Tom Myers. I don't know how close they are. But I do know Tom did his show, yeah.
Yeah, that was one thing I saw as well, and I was like, yeah, what's he gonna say though?
Well, a guy named Adam, I think, reached out to me, and he says, I was mentioning your name in a live chat that GD Fenderson was on, and they seemed awfully puzzled.
I want to know how he. There's some things I definitely want to point out in this.
Yeah, I have no idea how he found this. I don't know whose show this is.
This is oh shit, what was the name of this? It was like something in the other guy is what it's called. Let me get the actual title.
Well, good. I'm glad we narrowed that down. Something and the other guy.
There's a weird name like that.
Search that, guys. See if you can find it.
The commish and the other guy. And another guy.
That's what it's called?
The commission and another guy, yeah.
Terrible name.
I guess.
I like a show that the joke is like, hey, no one knows who we are, but it's like actually no one knows who you are. So like, how would anyone find this show?
The name of the episode is either that or Coffee with Doug, and the other one's the name. I don't know. I can't tell.
Oh, it's Coffee with Doug.
Okay, Coffee with Doug. The name of the episode.
Well, that makes a hell of a lot more sense.
Okay.
Okay, so GD Fenderson is on Coffee with Doug, and somehow our boy Adam found that. Guys, we have a lot of correspondence on this program now.
I know.
Like Lieutenant Kirk is, I would say, is our Brennan. He's on the Brennan Shaw beat.
Yep, he's a lieutenant.
Our boy Jeremy is on the Ty Rivera beat. We'll get to that later.
Oh God, yes.
And it seems like Adam is captaining the GD Fenderson beat,
which is good because that's a tough one to be on.
It's tough, yeah. He's got his work cut out for him.
Yes,
it's a very obscure street he's walking on.
Yes.
So let's hear. So our name gets brought up to GD Fenderson somewhere in here.
Adam McGowan, he's saying Reverend Jelly Roll needs to be retired.
Hold on. Adam McGowan, how dare you, first of all. Well, if you guys don't remember Lieutenant, was it Lieutenant Jelly Roll? Or Reverend Jelly Roll?
Reverend Jelly Roll. He had the priest collar on and shit.
Yeah. So GD Fenderson had the wise idea of naming a character after a very popular musical artist, so it's virtually impossible to search for.
Yes.
But he has a character named Reverend Jelly Roll, and it was psychotic. It was what a dim-witted child would come up with.
Correct.
Like there was no backstory to this character. There were no punchlines really. I don't know what it was. So for some reason, Adam McGowan thinks he should retire it. That seems ill-advised, but let's hear him out.
Yeah, and I just need everyone to just pay attention to GD's reaction to all this, please. It makes me giggle.
Adam McGowan, he's saying Reverend Jelly Roll needs to be retired. At least he didn't say retarded.
Waka.
This guy's edgy.
I think you should fight him. You should fight him live on this program.
Jesus.
Reverend Jelly Roll is.
Hold on. Go back a second. Who is this man?
A ball guy that's just ready to fight.
I'm to assume this is Doug, yes? That we're having coffee with?
Mind Dog? What his name says on the screen? Yeah.
Oh, you sure it's not Coffee with Dog?
That would make more sense. I'll find out in 2 seconds when I hit play and the screen moves. I think.
Folks, there's no way to know who this is or what show it is. But
it is Coffee with Dog.
Coffee with Doug.
That makes, yeah.
Okay, Coffee with Dog.
Sorry,
He
guys.
wants to fight. They have one guy in the comments, Adam McGowan, and Dog wants to fight him within seconds. So let's hear this.
Do you know him? You know that guy at all?
No,
I think
know
you should
him.
fight him. You should fight him live on this program.
I don't think he knows what
100%.
Reverend Jelly Roll is if he thinks he needs to be retired.
Well, he's kind of old. He is kind of
Hey,
old.
GD, how the fuck? I mean, come on, sure. If Taylor Swift does something, it's possible that I could make a joke about it without really knowing the backstory. You know?
Yeah.
How the fuck would Adam McGowan know about Reverend Jelly Roll? Do you think it's in the tabloids?
Well, I was talking.
I'm on to you, Adam. You just heard all the Reverend Jelly Roll hype, and you're jealous. I see.
Yeah,
The trolls are a little heavy today, huh?
No, I
Yeah,
don't.
Yeah, no, we've got some really brutal comments over here in the chat room. Like,
I'm gonna push back on you there, Dog. Brutal comments?
I know that seems excessive.
Adam was like, hey, that was not funny. It seemed like Adam was giving him more good advice than anything.
Yes, easily.
All right,
This is so
brutal
funny.
comments.
Hey, you should retire this dumbass.
I get, you know what? I guess, all right, when you put it like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, wait a minute.
you know what? Thanks for tuning in for not liking it. I mean, you can. We appreciate all the abuse you want to bring.
I'm just curious. YouTube shows are slow. I'm saying, I just out of curiosity, where have you seen the Reverend, and why do you think he needs to be retired?
What do you think, GD?
This is the part that I was referring to. Like, I was talking to someone about this, and they were like, "You gotta act like you've been there a little bit."
Wait a second there, Adam. Where have you seen this man? He's kind of acting like it's not him.
No, he's acting like he's stunned that anyone saw anything he's ever done.
Where have you seen the good Reverend? Why do you have such a take on him?
How do you know about things I do I put online?
Yeah, that like I kind of give him credit for not acting like he's been there. Like he sees that he has, 34 views on a video, and he's like, "How the fuck does this guy know Reverend Jelly Roll?" I gotta give him credit.
Frunkus O'Reilly for $2. Is Craig secretly dyslexic? Possibly.
I couldn't read that, so
It's possible.
yeah.
Yeah, give us some super chats and I'll read words and see if I fuck them up.
Oh, that's good. Give. I'm trying to think of a good word. Give some good words that Craig will not be able to read.
I will definitely try to read 8 times before I say it out loud because I know it'll be a slur of some kind.
Runkus O'Reilly. Thank you, sir.
With Reverend, he's not
Okay.
answering that.
That was the end of that one there.
Yeah, so GD's mystified. He's like, how do you... Whoa, I can't imagine anyone would say something negative about Reverend Jelly Roll.
He's just more stunned that someone knew his shit.
Well, I'm surprised. So here's the interesting thing. He clearly is surprised that our boy Adam knew Reverend Jelly Roll, which does kind of mystify me that he hasn't heard of us, right?
Well,
The one show that's ever talked about him.
yeah, I mean, clearly he doesn't pay attention.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe he does know. We'll see.
He probably does now.
Yeah.
He probably was like, someone knew who I was. I need to look what this is.
Well, let's continue.
Yeah, this is him finding out where he's hearing it.
Okay.
Off one time.
Blind Mike Project. Blind Mike. I don't know what Blind Mike
I don't
Project
know
is.
what that is either.
Yeah, he can't see anything through, so don't even bother with Blonde Mike.
You son of a bitch!
Ah,
Oh.
you got him.
They love that.
How dare you? It's always funny to me. Maybe just because I've heard them so much. It's funny how that is always the instinct. Like he can't see the blind guy.
Hack.
Can't read. He can't read a room. He can't see me. Yeah, we got it. Everyone clunks their heads getting to a blind joke.
Everyone in the chat, just be ready. We're gonna go to war with these guys.
Yeah, fuck you, dog.
It was actually some guy named Ron Kane Comedy. We're gonna attack him.
Coffee is being served a little weak, I think, dog.
This is decaf. They go into it a little further here.
Okay.
So he saw you on the blind mic project.
I don't know who.
Why do they keep saying? They keep saying it like it's this. They have one guy in the chat who's saying the same thing over and over, and every time they're like, "It's what is it? It's the blind mic." They're three very simple words.
Well,
I understand they don't know the show, but why can't they read them?
I think everyone's just hung up on this because GD is like acting like, you know, the first person that ever saw a television.
It's
like,
the blind mic project.
he's having troubles here.
Okay.
Let's throw this in the
Maybe
Google
it's blind
machine.
mic, like microphone, MIC, just spelled it Mike.
Why would it be that?
Well, I could see it's a podcast and they don't know anything about it.
The blind microphone project?
It could be like I don't fucking know. It makes sense, kind of. I don't know.
Why is that more? I understand they don't know the show. That's perfectly fine. What I'm asking you is why is that more likely than a human being who's blind with the most common name in the country? Oh, he must mean microphone. Now, the blind microphone project, we all know what that is. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, they do a show where they have no idea what they're going to talk about.
Maybe he means the blind microphone project. I like that would have added some clarity to the situation. oh, that's what he means.
Blind mic, like open mic, but blind mic. I don't know. I'm just.
Well, that's clear, dog.
I'm just spitballing. He
The
said.
fact that you don't know is crystal clear. Maybe it's like open mic, but blind mic. Why would that be?
It could be.
You just test the waters, dog. You know?
He's going to be hung up on that phrase for a while.
I'm just saying he's saying things that make no sense, so you might as well throw that in.
Here's the last clip from this.
Okay.
We might be getting into a fight.
Oh yeah, so Adam thinks maybe he's referring to him, like they're gonna fight him. I took it as like they want to fight me, but to be fair, Adam might be right because they think I'm a microphone. Apparently,
I think you're 100% right. And I googled blind mic project, and I sent it to GD Fenderson here. It is yeah.
why is he laughing like that?
Because he popped a comment. This is for the sighted people. He popped a comment on the screen that says GD is proof there is a dumb co-host.
Oh, okay. All right.
Which is pretty funny.
All right.
All right. I think so. I think Shavola also. We got to line up a bunch of fights for you on this program, like kind of like a Jake Paul, Mike Tyson thing with less interest, far less interest.
Yeah.
I'll box him.
I'm glad he clarified.
It'll be all white.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I'm glad he clarified that. I was gonna say. I don't know if it would be exactly like Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
Yeah, it might be.
We got a Twitch comment. Look at
The
that.
only commonality would be white guys boxing a black guy, and then all the white guys will hope the white guy wins.
I don't think anyone hopes Jake Paul wins.
I don't think Dog quite has a grasp on what the nation thinks about anything.
Yeah.
I don't know how much reality Dog is living in, but yeah. So I don't know. I guess we're at war with GD Fenderson now, huh?
I think he's just more confused. He probably still doesn't know who we are.
Well, let him know we come in peace. We're a peaceful group. I don't want to interview GD Fenderson particularly, but
I don't know what we would talk about.
maybe we'll get there someday. You know.
Well, maybe if he's Reverend Jelly Roll and he has to make his comments the whole time. That'd be interesting.
Jelly Roll I would interview.
He has to be Reverend Jelly Roll.
He can't break character.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let GD Fenderson know we come in peace. We're a peaceful group. Hey, give the guy a few views. I think he's so GD funny on all platforms. That's not an endorsement of his content. I think that this is his handle, is what I'm saying.
That is his handle, yes.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's so goddamn funny. I'm just saying that's how you would find him.
All right, I got some super chats here.
All right.
3Ds, $2. I don't know this word at all. It is 40 letters.
Give it a try.
Flockinochinilification. I'll spell it and you tell me what you
No.
think.
I think that's perfect.
No, you don't want to try? You don't want to get in on this?
I don't.
Okay. Hacko Burrow, $2. I think a GD and Boogie Pod would be amazing. And why do you think that?
Oh boy.
Why do you think that?
I do think Boogie would bring the best out of him.
Yeah.
I wish there was more. People seem to enjoy the Boogie content. I wish there was more out there. He doesn't. I don't know if he does a lot.
If we had that every week, that'd be
fun.
That'd be amazing.
Oh, you know what I haven't checked is if Dat Fan has put his podcast out yet.
I feel like we would have been told that.
Well, if not, he's really taking the world by storm.
Nan Cram, $28.
Thank you, sir.
Craig.
Or madam.
Divas Don Drindle Skirts in Dresden. They are Diminut. Are you
retarded?
No. What is it? Diminut?
Give it a try.
I said Diminut. I have no idea.
It feels like it's supposed to be like a D's nuts joke or something.
It could be. And I'm just not leaning into it, apparently. I don't know. Indicative, but not designed for the discerning eye.
Nice.
Thanks for the $28.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
That's what we got there.
All right. Let's get to a couple quick topics here before we get to sort of our main course. Let's talk about something that it popped up a couple weeks ago. I wanted to talk about it for a couple reasons. A, I just thought it was hilarious. But Kill Tony, you're not allowed to talk about their content. Are you aware of this?
What do you mean?
Every time we play a Kill Tony video, it gets demonetized by the owner.
Yeah, right.
This is where, like, I think Tony Hinchcliffe's getting a little too big for the old britches. Like, the Skankfest thing annoys me. So they announced the Skankfest lineup this week.
Do you want to get to part of that before we do this? There's something. We have one clip related to that.
Oh, no. Well, we'll talk about this.
Okay.
So they announced the Skankfest lineup, and like Tony Hinchcliffe, Brian Redband, Casey Rocket, and Cam Patterson are all there. And Tony Hinchcliffe is refusing to do Kill Tony because the show is too big for them.
Yeah.
It's the most pompous thing I've ever heard. It's maybe because I kind of like just respect how Kirk does it, where he's like, hey, we do a theater show, like a big show like that, and then we do a little like more exclusive thing. It's like, yes, Tony, you are playing Madison Square Garden. That doesn't mean you're not allowed to play a smaller venue. It's crazy.
Yeah, I never understood that. I hated that that whole exchange. How long ago was that?
Last summer.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that.
So Tony Hinchcliffe has been like, well, I'm sure not him, but whoever's in charge of his operation has been taking down our videos, demonetizing them because we talked about Kill Tony. Now, this was on Instagram, so I don't know if we can talk about it, but the reason I wanted to play it is like, we're promoting the show. I understand it's a much smaller show, but it's like fans talking about his show in a positive light.
Right.
And they're striking these things. It's crazy. But this is a moment I found very funny. We just haven't done a show since it happened, so we haven't gotten a chance to talk about it. A live show, that is. But Tucker Carlson was on Kill Tony, and Cam Patterson, who we've talked about before, was very funny with it. So he does a minute. He does very well. And then this moment happens right after Cam's set.
What's up, fuck nigga? You good? Let's go. Cam Patterson, Tucker Carlson, high fiving. This is
it's crazy. My grandma hates you, nigga.
Didn't mean it.
Yeah, the fuck she does.
I say good for both of them. Good for Tucker for being a good sport, but that's very funny of Cam to do that.
Imagine, like, I know this comes up, and this is probably more of a topic for my other show, but like, do you imagine Rachel Maddow going on there? Like,
No, of course, yeah, right. So I like that he went on, and like everyone made a Tucker Carlson joke, and he was a good sport about it. It's funny, like later in that same, during the interview portion, Cam makes a comment about how his dad can't spell, which has been brought up on the show before.
mhm.
And then he sees Tucker laughing. He goes, "Shut the fuck up, Tucker. He can spell. He can spell." It was very funny. I like Cam Patterson. I think he's gonna be big. I think
big Tucker Carlson guy.
he's perfect for, like, I see him as like a funnier Tracy Morgan. Like, he could play some of the roles that Tracy Morgan played, but I think he's also like funny. Like his stand up that I've seen seems funnier. Whereas like I never really loved Tracy Morgan's stand up. I think Cam Patterson could be big.
I love Tracy Morgan. I love it.
He's hilarious. Yeah, he's great on 30 Rock.
Yeah, I thought his stand-up's been funny. It's just so he just hates his kids. It's very funny.
I guess I haven't seen enough of it. But I know what he got in trouble for, of course.
Very funny.
Yeah. But yeah, I wonder if Tony Hitchcock's gonna take that down now. It's interesting.
We'll find out. This is a good test.
It's very straight. Yeah, we talked about how much we like that moment.
Everyone, go watch Kill Tony.
Yeah, I don't get the logic with that stuff. It's very strange. It seems like people like Red Bar have really gotten to Tony, where like we played where he's like, what are you, a Reddit commenter? What do you comment on YouTube? It's like, Jesus, Tony, fucking relax.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought you meant Red Band at first. I was like, what? And I realized what you said.
No.
My dyslexia, dude, it's killing me.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Yep.
So it's somewhat related. Speaking of Skankfest, Louis J. Gomez was talking about how to get Bobby Lee at Skankfest this year. They announced the lineup, and he says every year he texts Bobby Lee, and Bobby Lee just ignores him. So he says he's resorted to just being like, "Come on, man, be cool. Come to Skankfest."
You're the coolest guy ever.
So he's asking Ari, Ari Shaffir, how do you think we get him on the show? And Ari says something interesting. Now, I assume I know who he's talking about, but maybe I don't.
Let's see.
So they're fine. He won't do it. How do we get Bobby Lee to do Skankfest?
Try not booking the guy who fucked his wife.
Who's the guy that fucked his wife?
You can't just say something like that, dude.
We
can't book Ari this year?
We already booked the guy who fucked his wife.
Who fucked his wife? It's way out there, so say it.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with it. Let's go. Let's move on to
All right, look it up on Reddit.
Who's the pussy now?
Skankfest?
Yeah. All right, hold on. If you say it, we'll pull Lauren Compton's outside pussy.
Hey, that's my girl.
Who, Lauren Elise? As I found out.
That's my queen.
Let's see it.
That doesn't even seem like a fair trade.
I know.
So, I assume, is he referring to Brennan Schaub?
He sure is, Mike.
Okay, so this is interesting. So Kalila actually fucked Brendan Schaub, is the allegation here.
Yeah, and it's everywhere.
But what's interesting, so I've seen that on Reddit and stuff, but what's interesting is the way Ari phrased it would imply that it actually happened.
Especially since he wouldn't talk about it.
Boy, that's very funny because Kalila was so indignant about that whole thing.
Correct, and they both were. I almost think it was a plant from the two of them to make it seem like they hated each other, so that would never be possible.
Wow, that's a psychotic way to behave, if that's true.
Yeah. Did you know about Schaub's latest nickname that I had no idea was a thing?
No.
Trugwog.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I had no idea. I didn't know it was a nickname, so I was laughing to myself doing research on it.
Yeah, well, he likes to take ladies out to his truck.
You want to wog me to my truck? It's on Urban Dictionary.
Oh, good for the boys on Reddit.
It's very
got
funny.
that done. Yeah, but that, like, if you guys don't remember, we talked about maybe a couple years ago now.
Yeah.
Brendan Schaub being on Tiger Belly, and Kalila basically accusing Brendan of. I'm getting some of the details wrong. What was the actual situation between them?
It was a legal thing with people being mean to Brendan on.
Brendan thought the Tiger Belly was like creating bots talking shit about him on Reddit,
which is nuts.
And Brendan called Bobby Lee and freaked out and insulted him. This changes my opinion of Brendan Schaub. This is an insane thing to do to a man who you fucked his girlfriend.
Yeah, and that was not, like you said, that was not Ari being like, I'm stirring the pot. You could see it and hear it in his face. That was
he was like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have said that.
No.
Yeah, so that makes me, you know what? It makes me quite frankly think that Brendan Schaub is no Tom Myers. You know, I can't hear you.
Sorry,
correct.
I was plugging in my computer. It's about to die. I realized it wasn't plugged in.
Oh well, that'd be quite a shame.
He is no Tom Myers.
Yeah, the man's no Tom Myers. When you look at that, you think like, well, maybe Brendan Schaub's not a great guy.
Oh yeah,
the idea that him and Callan called Bobby Lee and threatened him.
Now, I very staunchly took his side in the Kalila battle.
I don't remember it that way.
I do. I do, because I hate her so much.
Mm.
And this makes it way worse. But I want to put it out there, I never said that I enjoyed Schaub and his actions.
No, it's crazy to have him on the show and be like, hey, we hate each other, right, Brendan? Like, that's crazy if that actually happened. Now, I don't know, and maybe Ari doesn't know. Maybe Ari was speaking out of school, you know, who knows? But that is, like, that makes me think Schaub is actually just like a bad guy.
Ever since the fight, they've been pretty close, Bobby Lee and Ari.
Ever since they fought each other?
Yeah.
I was thinking of doing Why You Laughing on that. But then I was like, they've told the whole story. Has there been too much done on it? I didn't know.
One in the chat if you want to hear it. I don't know if everyone knows the actual details or even.
Guys, one in the chat if you want to hear that. Two if you agree with Al. Yeah. So that's very interesting. Now let's get to the main course here, shall we? And that would be the destruction of Kevin Brennan's life. Like, what's happening to this guy?
I have no idea, man. I have no idea.
Kevin Brennan seems to be like unraveling. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on with him. But his show, I mean, it's been this way for a while, but now it's all just like jealousy and him. He's mad that Carl's doing a live show with Patrick Melton, which I can't imagine being mad at something like that. Like, I can't imagine of something that would affect Kevin Brennan's life less than that. Like, if I just went through the tour schedule, like the who's playing at fucking Laugh Boston and was mad about every show, like, it doesn't make any sense. Why the fuck does he care? So he's pretending to be mad that, like, Ray DeVito is on it. Which, again, who could possibly give a fuck? What Ray DeVito does with his life? You think, like, Kevin thinks he has Ray DeVito exclusivity. And that if Ray DeVito is on other shows, people won't enjoy Kevin mocking him or something. Kevin, do a show that doesn't hinge on Ray DeVito to be interesting. How about that?
Or you reading?
Maybe that's an idea, is don't hang your hat on Ray DeVito or Stevie Lou being on your show. Maybe do something actually interesting that people would enjoy watching. I don't know. That's a possibility.
You could try it.
So let's hear. Like, this is just craziness that Kevin and you said, like, physically he's falling apart. Apparently,
his mouth looks friggin' weird. He's got like an open sore. He looks unhealthy.
Yeah. So I don't know. And it's funny. Like, I saw it. Like, he's created this narrative that, like, Neil Brennan's not a good comic or something. I watched Neil Brennan's new Netflix special. It's, like, very funny. And it's like, Kevin, you had such a head start on this guy, and you're down in the mud with us. You're getting into arguments with fucking, Penis Wrinkle on on YouTube.
The great DJ Electra Penis Wrinkle battle. I'll never forget it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, he just looks real sickly. But this is him talking about Melton.
Okay.
I really didn't even give a shit until Melton kept doubling down and tripling down, saying lies about my show and how my numbers were, and then talking shit about my
Oh no, Kev!
and
He was doing what you do to everyone. Oh no!
That's the thing too. Is he's literally been like talking about family and all that shit. That is
this Melton's guy's being so negative. What the fuck? Yeah, Kev. That's what you do every day. Like, I don't understand.
I forgot about your KB impression being so good.
This fucking Melton guy's talking about my family. Kevin thought it was like the destruction of Who Are These Podcasts? Like they would never recover. Because Carl's wife said, like, hey, have you taken a nap today? In some clip out of context. Whoa!
Wow.
Kev, I'm surprised you didn't fucking take him down. But I don't understand why you're mad about this Melton thing. Like, I guess Kevin's reasoning would be that Patrick Melton has stolen his act. That's what he's going to say, I'm sure.
Uh-huh.
But Kevin doesn't have an act. He sits in front of a monitor and is like, this fucking thing sucks. This guy sucks. He's a hack. It's like, that's not something worth stealing.
We'll get to his show in a little bit and just how great it is.
Oh, his show's tremendous. But what I'm saying is, Patrick Melton does his own thing, and that's fine.
Worth stealing. Some might say his show is kind of like when you drop out and I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Yes.
It's a lot like that.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, well, that's what Melton does. I'm like, this is what I do. This is what I do. If you guys want to fuck around, let's all fuck around. Well, you said, I know, but everyone does whatever they want. Don't they, Ray? Don't they, Pat? Doesn't everyone do
What's stopping you, Kev? I don't get it.
His lip looks like it's going to fall off.
That's what I do. Then fucking do it, Kevin. Who cares?
Then do it better than them.
Right. Yeah. Like Patrick Melton is more entertaining than you, so more people are watching him. That's what Kevin and we'll hear more of it. But Kevin counts everyone's money and he counts everyone's views. It's psychotic. And because I assume Patrick Melton's been doing better than him, he's very angry. But Patrick Melton puts effort into his show. Like, I'm not saying I watch it all the time or anything, but from what I've seen, he does a good job, whether you like him or not. Like, he's an interesting guy. We played that when we talked about Dan Ninen, we played Patrick's interview with him. And what made it interesting, Kevin, maybe you could take some notes here, Patrick seemed to care about the topic and do some background research into it. Rather than just having Stevie Lou on and Ray DeVito and go, all right, fucking be dumb now so I can make fun of you. It's like, that's not a show. You have to have something prepared, Kevin. So don't be angry that Patrick prepares for his show. Let it go.
But here he's not worried.
Oh, good. He doesn't. Frankly, if I can be honest, he doesn't seem worried.
When you say triple down about Melton, I figured you were talking about weight at first, but
he after Atlantic City, when he could have just squashed it and everything would have been fine, he still kept coming after me. Brennan's numbers are bad for March compared to the Shuley Network. They got 8 people. They're a network. I'm just little old me, especially now with Adam going. I got to do my own. I got to self-produce everything. I got to turn all the computers on. But Mel came after me at the end of February, like when his clown John's look like the cat's like, Brennan's numbers are down. I wonder if he's worried. I'm not, Fatty Patty. But again, Ray.
You know what? Shame on Patrick Melton, because it doesn't seem like he's getting to Kevin at all.
No, not at all. Not even a little.
I'm not fucking worried. So one guy months ago said, I wonder if Kevin's worried that his numbers are down.
Yeah.
And that stuck with you? And then you're screaming about it on a podcast? You're right, Kevin. He was definitely wrong. He was wrong to suggest you were worried about it. Shame on you, Patrick Melton.
Dixon were like, I don't see what the problem is. There it is right there. He kept coming at me. He's talking shit about my numbers. Then he's still talking shit about my family. And Pat Dixon, dumb as fuck. And Ray DeVito, even dumber. We're like, I don't see what the problem is. You don't? Everybody else.
This is after, by the way, it might even be the same episode.
Yeah.
But Kevin Brennan has, Pat Dixon's ex-girlfriend on to talk shit about him. He was shitting on Carl's wife. He shits on Shuley's wife. All the same stuff that Stuttering John does. And now Kevin has the balls. I gotta give him credit for going on and pretending to be morally outraged that Patrick Melton talked about his family. Like, it's crazy. Kevin talks shit about his family.
That like I was having a problem with Melton making up shit and then acting like he can't lose because he's doubling, tripling down. Now he's basically telling Ray, I ain't paying you, and basically telling everybody, I ain't paying anybody because I'm not going to make any money at Hack-a-Mania. Emphasis on hack.
I think that's kind of the joke, Kev.
You,
they named it.
You get it?
They named it that. I don't think it was just an accident that they were like, fuck, Hack's in our name. Damn it.
You don't get it there, Kevin? Come on.
What a comedy of errors. Guys, change the signage. We named ourselves Hacks.
Do you guys know
daisies?
Do you guys know the grave error you made?
Emphasis on hack. Yeah, no, Kev. I think that's the joke. It's fucking Carl said he doesn't even know who these podcasts are. Yeah, that's the whole thing, man. Craig actually made he chooses not to do it on air, but he actually made a good point before the show where he said like Kevin's just been yelling himself into becoming a hack. Like, he's yelled hack so much that he's just spoken it into existence. He's like, I used to find Kevin kind of funny, and now he's a sad old man screaming at his computer.
Yeah, yep. It's unfortunate because especially like with you kind of see like the beginning of this when he was still with Kumia or would go on Kumia's show.
Yeah, he
would just have meltdowns over nothing.
Well, so what happened was like the ultimate sadness that happened to Kevin Brennan was that he got a lot of attention for like the Jimmy Martinez fight and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where it went outside of just the people that listen to his podcast. Like, it got him attention. So this fucking dimwit was like, oh, I'll just do a show where I do that all day, every day. And it seems like, I guess people are getting tired of it. I know Kev's not worried, clearly, that less people are watching. But it seems like, if that's true, people are getting tired of like, he doesn't actually hate Chad Zumach, I guess. It's not controversial. He just thinks Chad's kind of dumb, but likes having him on to make fun of. I see what the gimmick is now.
It's just a character, you're telling me?
Yeah, I get. Like, okay. But Kevin, be yourself. Be a curmudgeon, but you don't have to start fucking Jerry Springer type drama every day. You know?
Right.
Just do a show, for God's sake.
Here he is. They're talking about working for free.
He's very concerned about people's money, and like he monitors Shuley and Melton and all these people, and he's like, I'm doing fucking better than that. Good for you, bud. That's great.
Yay.
You know, it for some reason, and I know that this is true, but I've never heard Joe Rogan mention how much more successful he is than this podcast. And I don't know why he doesn't bring it up more. Because it is true. He makes a lot more money than us. So it's weird that he doesn't mention it all the time.
I'm surprised.
Kev, if you were really doing better than these people, and I mean significantly better, then you wouldn't be counting down to the penny what they make or how many views they have. It wouldn't be on your mind. The reality is maybe you're doing slightly better than Shuley. Maybe you're doing slightly worse. I have no idea. But the reality is you're in the same ballpark, and that makes you fucking miserable. You can't escape the fact that you are these people. You can make fun of Stuttering John and Shuley and Bob Levy. You're one of them. Whether you want to believe it or not, that is you. You're in the same... When, like, actual comics talk about you, you're lumped in the same group. It's like, oh, those guys that are just doing streams where they read super chats. People are referring to Shuley, Bob Levy, John, sure. Also you. So just know that you're in that group.
Well, I mean, okay, here's the thing, too. The major objection you always had, at least for me, going on other shows was, Stevie, this is Kevin talking to me. Stevie, why should I pay you if you're going to go on other shows for free? That was the simple rule. There was nothing else behind it. This is the ultimate act of why should I pay you if you're going to go do some other shit?
Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know, what Stevie Lou's referring to here is, I guess Kevin is saying, the logic here is, why would I pay Ray DeVito to be on my show if he's going to go do stand-up in Vegas with Patrick Melton? I don't know, because you want him on the show, I guess.
It's good promotion, dumbass.
Yeah, here's the thing. Kevin, like, if you want Ray DeVito on the show, and Ray DeVito requires money to be on the show, then you need to pay him. Or I would say, get someone that just wants to be on to promote themselves. That also happens. That's what I do with Kirk. Like, to me, it's worth going in to Kirk's show for no money. Because to me, the currency is me saying, hey, gang, subscribe to the Blind Mike Project. So you could find someone that's willing to do that and not pay them. Or you can find someone who you can pay. Those are the two options. Either don't pay them or pay them.
Right.
It's not a negotiation. It's not like, hey, well, Patrick, why am I paying you? Fucking have him on or don't. No one cares if you have Ray DeVito on. It's the last thing on anyone's mind, probably including Ray DeVito, quite frankly.
That is who he is.
It's even worse because, I mean, it's one thing to work for a guy for free. It's another thing to, like, work for a guy for free and have to go to Vegas.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
My God. So I guess he's suggesting that Ray DeVito's going on the show, on Patrick's show, for free.
Yep.
Who cares? Who could possibly give a fuck what Ray DeVito does in any scenario?
I have no clue.
It's very weird that Kevin is so fucking worked up about this. Well, I take that back. He's not actually. It's just this is what his show is, which is crazy to me.
Hey, let me back out of this room real quick. I'm having an audio issue. It
Oh,
just
that's you. I've noticed that.
It just started, so I want to nip this right now.
Okay. All right.
Vamp, show me how I'm supposed to do it when this happens.
You nip it.
I'll be right back.
Well, hurry up. I like Craig's jolly demeanor where he's like, we're going to keep bantering. How about you get it over with? How about you leave the room and come back, for Christ's sake? But yeah, I don't know. Kevin is a sad guy because what his entire show is like counting other people's money. And we'll hear more of it in a minute. But every day it's like, I fucking hate Chad Zumach. It's like, we know, Kevin. Which is fine if that's what you want to do the show, but you're prohibiting other people from doing other shows. Like, now that's what's crazy, is you're trying to ruin whatever show Patrick Melton is putting on, or Carl, or any of these other people. It's like he's trying to affect other people's shows. And I heard Carl talking about this the other day. Remember the famous pizza analogy, where he's like, he tried to get Shuley stricken, copyright stricken or something. Or he wasn't mad that Shuley's channel got taken down. I can't remember all the petty gripes that this man has. But it was something to that effect. And his famous pizza shop analogy was, well, if the fucking pizza guy down the street, his store closes, my pizza shop's doing fine. What do I care? Which is like, okay, I don't know what that means. But now it's weird. He's seeing that, oh, things can affect his show. Maybe I should have stuck up for other creators when they were having trouble, you know? Did I vamp long enough?
You vamped long enough. We got a next clip.
Let's hear a little more. Kevin.
This is Bring It On.
Oh yeah, well he's not scared, you know? That's clear. Clearly the man is not rattled. That's what we've seen in all these other clips. So he's ready for war, apparently.
Anyway, the point is that it's one thing to like do a show like Stevie used to do the Quadfather show. I'm like, wait, or Stutter and John. I'm like, well, Stutter and John again. He was an idiot because he would have you on and then brag that he wasn't paying you, and then but I was supposed to keep paying you. So it's like, again, you're dealing with idiots. So instead,
Kevin, whoa, Kev, you're bragging about paying them $100, which, if I'm being honest, is actually worse. Like taking a victory lap for giving a guy $100, like acting like you're Christ. It's like, no, that's what they've required to be on your show. You're not. It Don't look at it as charity, Kev, because it's not. You need them on your show, so you're paying them something.
Right.
Like, I don't get what you think you're doing that should be commended. So it's sad when he brings up Stuttering John, because it's like, you're kind of worse.
Yeah, he's Stuttering John with like some sort of income.
Well, he's slightly more self-aware, which I think makes him worse than John.
Yeah.
Mouth shut, I probably wouldn't even care. But the fact that he keeps doubling the same thing with Melton, he's like, these guys will come out here and I won't pay them, and then I'll talk shit about Brennan's wife and his show, and I'm like, okay, let's do it, Pat Dixon, come on, let's do it, Ray DeVito, bring it on. Am I inventing a new story, Ray DeVito? You fucking hack! It's as simple as that. You come at me like Stuttering John's like, Brennan's show sucks, so he's got to pay the guests, but I don't have to pay the guests. I'm like, again, if he would have just kept his mouth shut, I probably wouldn't have given the shit. But he keeps fucking bragging, and basically same thing with Melton. Melton's like, these guys will come out.
You're letting. How sad is it? You're letting Stuttering John affect what you do.
Yep.
But Stuttering John's fucking bragging. Who cares? He's a horse's ass. You've let that rule your life?
Yeah, wouldn't you?
I can't pay fucking Stevie Lou because Stuttering John's bragging. Oh no. What a psychotic way to run your life based on what Stuttering John is or isn't bragging about. Stuttering John is a loser. He's a drunk, sad man that can't see what's so clear right in front of him, and every day thinks he's winning a war that isn't even really happening. And you're comparing yourself to that person, Kev. And yes, you're saying you're better than that, but my point is, if you were really better than that, you wouldn't have to announce it every day. Like, that's what's crazy, is you are that, and that's what you're terrified of, is you are Stuttering John. You are these people that you hate so much.
He's just trying to it was that, what was that tweet? It was like about Chandler when he died. Ever since then, he's just been like an edgelord.
Yeah. He said he was happy fucking Matthew Perry died. Like, oh, cool.
Ever since then, he was like,
nice.
New York Post is writing about me.
Pathetic. And I'll still talk shit about Brennan's show and his family, and they'll still come out. That's how fucking lame they is. And he's right. They will still come out because they're like, a gig's a gig. Like Ray says, a gig's a gig. I couldn't cancel a gig. Kevin's a comedian, or used to be. You can't just cancel a gig. You can if you're not getting paid.
So, Kev, Ray DeVito said, hey, despite the $100 you've given me, I need to do other work.
Yeah.
That seems fair to me. I don't expect a man to live on $100 a week or whatever the fuck Kev gives him, you know?
Right.
It seems fair that Ray DeVito could go do other things. It's wild to pay a guy peanuts and then also be like, I have exclusivity over you. Now, if he worked for you full time or something, like if he was your full-time employee and you said, I don't want you having other side gigs because I think it could affect this show, whatever, that's your right as an employer. But tossing a $100 bill at someone doesn't mean you control their life.
You don't think?
I don't believe so. No. No, I don't believe that to be true. So we're going to see, now we're going into his show, right? This is what he does for a show. When he's not screaming about Patrick Melton, this is basically what his show is, right?
Yeah, and this is how it kicked off.
Yeah, so I think this is pretty good. And you know what? Maybe I was wrong when I said, hey, Kevin, stop getting so angry, because if this is what you do with the rest of your show, maybe the yelling thing is what you need.
What's happening? Are we doing it? How to start early today, gotta end early. Don't care what you think. Is it working? Ay. All right, so yeah, here we are. All right, so a couple things. Not really nothing. Really nothing. I can't see with these fucking glasses. There's a smudge on my glasses. I think I might have the wrong glasses. Because I have old glasses that I use for like leave laying around, and I have the newer ones.
Well, what a broadcaster. You know what, Kev? I was wrong. I take it all back. Stick to screaming about Patrick Melton. That was much more entertaining.
That was how it starts.
Well, you know what? I'm not being fair. Maybe that's how he kicks off. He's getting his getting his footing.
Yeah, you could say that. And this next one's called "Who Needs Guests."
Yeah, that's. I don't think he needs guests. He's so angry that Ray DeVito and Stevie Lou and these people are doing other people's shows. I say go solo because this seems to be working perfectly.
So, all right, let me see something. Hold on. All right, so all right. All right.
He's got like a lozenge in his mouth too.
All right. All right, so yeah, so
How many times are you gonna say all right, Kev? Just get going.
A battle rapper who's just about to start the whole time.
Can I say maybe have the show ready to go like when you start it? How's that? Maybe don't use the time on air to get everything ready.
Maybe next week we could start like right as soon as you join the studio, and people can see how the show starts before it starts.
Even I mean, I'm off to a cleaner start than that.
Yeah.
All right.
Mike
All
check.
right.
Mike check. Hey.
Eventually, he's got to get going at some point, I assume.
I think so.
it was crazy, so I couldn't do another crazy show today, and then I gotta go.
No, why would you? That would be mad. If you did 2 entertaining shows in a row, Kev, why would you? I'm glad you've let us breathe with this episode. Finally. Oh my God. Frankly, I've been laughing too much lately. I'm glad you relaxed on us. Guys, I fucking did an entertaining show yesterday. That can't be expected of me today. Just stealing money from these people.
Pick up one of my bloodsuckers, as somebody referred to them as bloodsuckers. So I was like, good, because I don't want to do a long show because I'm fucking tired. But anyway, I checked the money yesterday, and see if the guy got it right. And I guess he kind of got it right. So
what?
It's just nonsense. And also, I think he's like, he's talking about money nonstop. His show is like talking about how much money he makes
Constant.
and how little money other people make. And it's like, well, Kev, I think eventually that's going to dry up because the people sending you money don't want to just hear about the money they've given you. They'd like to hear some form of content. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the people that super chat him every day like the fact that he's like, I made $6 more than Shuley today. Oh, round of applause. Very good, Kev.
La-di-da.
Hey, big spender. I didn't realize.
You're getting lunch today, Kev. But here he is counting people's money.
I mean, it's fucking crazy. He's counting people's money has always been used as like a kind of a metaphor. Like, hey, don't think about what other people are making. It'll drive you crazy. You know, do your own thing. This is not that. This is literally counting the dollars and cents that other people have made.
but the BS show does horrible. If they're in the business to just hang out with their pals, then that's a win. But if they're trying to make money,
Now, I will say real quick, they're hanging out with their pals, as he says. This guy's hanging out with a chat, and he's just staring at them until they pay him to do that.
And he hates all the people on his show. Like, he has people he doesn't like on. So, yes, I think Shuley is winning. Like,
It's very weird that the show was very entertaining, and then he got mad at everyone on the show and kicked them all off, and now it's not entertaining.
yeah, it's weird how that works. But let's hear how Shuley's making no money. Now, I imagine, like we talked about G.D. Fenderson earlier, I imagine he doesn't make a lot of money in comedy. The reason I didn't feel the need to bring that up, and I still don't really, I'm just doing it for this analogy. I don't need to bring that up because it doesn't affect my life how much money GD Fenderson makes.
It sure doesn't.
The issue is how much money Shuley makes, for some reason, is Kev's entire being. It has absorbed him. It's all he thinks about, is how much money... Kevin and Stuttering John, their lives revolve around... And listen, maybe Shuley's making no money. Maybe Shuley's failing, for all I know. The reason I say for all I know is because I don't have any fucking idea. I don't give it a thought what Shuley made. If Shuley's doing great, maybe he's having trouble paying his mortgage, or maybe his grandkids are set for their lives. I have no fucking idea because I don't care. But Kevin has his finances down to a T. If Shuley ever needs to like budget for something, if Shuley's like, geez, hun, I don't know if we can afford this. Let me ask our fucking financial advisor, Kevin Brennan, because he knows exactly what we have in the bank for some reason.
That's embarrassing. They did I guess they did a 2-hour show yesterday, and they netted like $100 or maybe less. So
hold on, a couple things there. Don't say I guess, because you know very well, Kevin, you are so fixated on Shuley that you know probably down to the minute how long of a show he did.
Probably.
So don't say don't do this thing where you're cooler than paying attention to Shuley because it's all you do. You know, it would be like if I was like, I don't know, I guess Stuttering John is up to something. You guys know I don't even really care about him. It's like at a certain point you kind of have to admit you like talking about something, you know?
Right.
I don't know. What is this? It's Stuttering John. He's from he was on a radio show, right? It was a big one. Who can remember? I don't know.
Do you guys know who my brother is?
Well, he goes, there was a point where people in the chat were saying Neil's special sucked.
Mhm.
And Kevin goes, did it really, or you just think I wanted to hear that? I don't know. Kev, fucking watch it if it's going to be something you talk about.
What was their fallout again?
Neil's successful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, no, I'm sorry. If you guys don't know, we might do a Why You Laughing About It. It'll be about 45 seconds. Neil Brennan became the creator of The Chappelle Show and went on to a great deal of success, and Kevin didn't. So he hates his brother. That's the fallout.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What are they fucking doing? So, and then today, after I checked the numbers, I went to the check to see if they did a BS show today because, I mean, after a while, they're just going to be like, what are we fucking doing? Anyway, so I didn't wake up in time to watch it, of course, but I watch it they leave it on YouTube for me. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I think they call
that's what every show does. This fucking, you know, I wasn't in the room when they recorded Legion of Skanks. Thank God they left it on YouTube so we could have that clip from earlier. They left it on YouTube for me. Yeah, it's a fucking show.
Thank goodness.
Thanks, guys. I got you. Kevin's acting like he got him.
Nailed
Shuley's gonna see that and be like, fuck, who put that on YouTube?
That's supposed to be private.
God damn it. I was just hanging with Mike Morse and Bob Levy. And somehow it wound up on YouTube.
Guys, the guys are here. Anyway, there's 4 of them, and they're talking about the hockey. They're talking about hockey.
Bastards.
He's drank from like 16 different
They're talking
beverages
about
this whole
hockey.
time.
Bob's giving his take.
Oh, you didn't pause that?
No.
Go back. A tremendous pause.
Oh, we're going to see a tremendous pause, I think, in the next clip.
Oh, good.
Talking about the hockey. They're talking about hockey.
Okay. I'm ready.
Talking about hockey.
I got it.
Bob's giving his take on who's going to win the playoffs, and then Shuley. I mean, it's really, it's unbelievable. So there
Whoa. So, Kevin, so unbelievable, in fact, that I need you to slow down.
Who cares?
Did you say, and Craig, I'm kind of on the highway to the danger zone here, so stop me if I'm forgetting anything.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Levy was talking hockey, it sounds like.
Yeah, can you believe it?
Where's my gun? I'm going to blow my fucking brains out. I can't live in a world
bring
where a
mine.
show talked hockey for 5 minutes.
Right after the show, I'll bring mine over, boss.
Holy shit, that is mystifying. Bob Levy talked about hockey? Well, goddamn.
Oh my God, the world's over.
Why are we talking about Kevin? We should be talking about Bob Levy's hockey analysis.
Bob's giving his take on who's going to win the playoffs, and then Shuley. I mean, it's really, it's unbelievable. So there we're at. That's where we're at.
It's probably infinitely more entertaining than this.
You mean they talked about something?
Wow.
You know, Kev, I know it was unbelievable to you, but now that you've wrapped your mind around it, try giving it a shot. What do you say? Talk about something. And listen, maybe Bob Levy's hockey commentary is terrible. Maybe he doesn't know anything about hockey. I don't know the answer to that because I didn't watch it. I watched Kev talking about it. If Kev broke it down and made fun of it, the way we're doing here, then maybe it would be entertaining to someone. I'm not saying the whole audience. Maybe people think we suck. But someone would say, oh, that's an interesting point they made. That's a funny line they had. Something is happening on this program.
Yeah.
Whereas Kev watches Bob Levy, then gets on his show, tells you he watches Bob Levy, and then is like, you had to be there.
You should have seen it.
You guys, I mean, I'm not going to talk about it at all, but if you were there, you'd be right with me.
Now,
You too would think it was unbelievable.
The clip I was referring to is not this one. It's the next one. This is him talking about taxes.
Kev is what, 60?
I don't know.
Is this the first year he's paid taxes?
Maybe.
He can't fathom this.
Might even want to actually get a job at the IRS. He's really into other people's money.
He's obsessed with other people's money, but here's him talking about his own money, where I don't understand how a 60-year-old man hasn't grasped the concept of tax. Do they suck? Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Totally.
But I think we all get that.
And then I thought maybe I won't. Can anyone even hear me? Then I thought I'm not even going to do a show because I was tired. I'm just tired, and plus we did well yesterday, so everyone got paid. Of course.
Goddamn, I got to go back and watch this show from the day before.
Yeah.
Because it's all Kev's talking about, and he thought it was so good that broadcasting should cease to exist. Guys, we were so fucking good. I mean, I slammed Ray DeVito yesterday to the point where I'm tuckered out today. He can't get past how good this show was yesterday to the point where he's like, I mean, guys, you remember yesterday? That was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like we talked about Tom Myers a little bit at the start of the show, but I like to think I added something new that I haven't already said over and over again to the discussion. And then we moved on to other things. If I came on here and for 3 hours was like, guys, you should have fucking been here last week. You believe it? We had Tom Myers. You believe that? Go back and watch. Guys, go back and watch that. I'm so tired from last week that I'm not going to bother doing a show today.
I understand. He does. He's saying he's tuckered out, and I got to be honest, he sounds it. So
it's believable. It's the most believable thing he said is that he's tired.
Hey guys, I'm just really sleepy.
I'm tired.
Either that or he took.
I did a show yesterday. I called Stevie Lou gay, and now I'm really tuckered out.
It's either that or he took Suboxone before the show. Like, yeah, I really just I'm just gonna be here for a little bit.
I'm tired and cranky. he's a literal baby.
I didn't get paid. Plus, I had to do my taxes. Whatever. I realized I mean, everyone's getting paid. Everybody's getting paid. The IRS, Google, Apple, everyone should send me a fucking thank you letter. I mean, it's amazing.
Hold on. Let me draft it for Google. Dear Kevin, thank you for 1/1,000,000th of what we've made this year. Thank you for contributing your pennies to this $1 trillion corporation.
I'd be stunned if anyone at YouTube knew who he was.
Google. the CEO of Google called everyone into his office. You see these Kevin Brennan numbers? This guy's on. We're fleecing this bag of dirt.
And I feel like we got to reiterate that we're aware of the size of this program. He is not. That's why we're talking about it.
Oh, well, no, that's exactly what I'm saying. Is I wouldn't come on here and be like, fucking YouTube owes me everything they've got.
We're keeping the lights on in that building.
Yeah, no, the fine people at Google are like, thank God the Blind Mike project is on the air.
Paying. I mean, it's insane. It's insane that, like, I don't know. It's just insane that, like, I have to pay on top of everybody else. I got to pay the IRS.
It seems like this is dawning on him in real time.
Yeah, I think so.
Guys,
money.
Guys, these taxes, they take a healthy... Do you know about this? Do you see this, folks? Taxes are taking a sizable chunk of your income. Frankly, I'm dumbfounded by it. Someone should do something. And then I'm told it happens every year around this time.
That's right. That's right. And if this was... When did this show come out?
Like last week, I think.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, if it was after the 15th, he's late.
Well, no, but here's the thing, though. I worry that next year, Kevin's going to be so tired from paying his taxes this year that he might not get around to it. That's what's frightening.
That's true.
You worried about the super chats going down? No. How could I be worried?
What? You seem like a guy with a steady hand.
He does not seem worried.
You seem like a guy who is not rattled in the slightest. Go back a little bit. I want to hear how not worried he is.
No.
Whoop.
I have to pay.
That's a great no.
It is.
No, this is clearly a man. Listen to this man. I've never heard someone be less worried. If you needed a noise, if you were making a film or something, and you're like, I need a reaction from someone who isn't worried. They've got ice in their veins. They're cool as a cucumber. I think this is the sound you would use, probably.
Somebody else, I got to pay the IRS. So people are like, "Aren't you worried about the super chats going down?" No. How can I be worried? It would be it would be a blessing in disguise. Because then I could do, I don't know what
Is he saying it would be a blessing if people stop paying him?
So Kevin is having a thought that I had when I was pretty much last year, I guess. Like when I started making money on my own, you have to go back and like pay taxes. And I had a brief thought where I was like, maybe if I made no money at all, I wouldn't have to pay taxes. And then that left my head because obviously it's insane.
That's an insane thought, yeah.
But Kevin, you're watching Kevin have that reaction in real time where he's like, the trick. You know how you fleece the government? You make no money at all.
Wow.
These homeless guys have it right. They don't have to pay anything.
I do, but at least I wouldn't have to pay the government for fucking for super chats. I mean, that's criminal. Everybody takes a fucking generous cut anyway, and then I still got to be paying.
Well, come up with a different business model.
Yeah, go make your own platform.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, do so if it bothers you that much, do something or accept. Like the reason this is also how I make my money. Oddly enough, is from Patreon and YouTube. Basically, the reason you don't hear me bitching about it is because that's how it is. Google didn't fuck me over. Tax time didn't come, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Hey, you worried about this not working out for you? No.
What? No. Why would you think that?
Not at all.
No, you seem really cool and not concerned, Kev.
That seems wrong. Doesn't it seem wrong? You guys don't give a fuck. Good. Don't give a fuck. See what happens.
Oh no. Are we going to have to watch another show?
I hope everyone takes him up on the challenge. Just stop super chatting.
Yeah, all right, fine. We won't watch.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 people would be upset.
Now,
order would be restored. Chaos may ensue in the streets for a minute, but I think eventually order would be restored.
Now, this is the last clip. It's a longer one, and while I was cutting this, I checked 3 times to make sure that the video didn't freeze on me.
Okay.
It is insanity. This is in the middle of the show.
Yeah, so he's warmed up. You're saying he's got his legs under him now.
He's got his legs under him. He's getting the flow. He's figuring out what he's gonna do.
Okay. Yes.
This is where I thought it froze. Because he doesn't move.
Boy, yesterday's show really took a lot out of him.
He doesn't even blink. Like,
can you imagine like Letterman going on the air back in the day? Like so let's say after the you remember the Joaquin Phoenix interview, right?
Yeah.
Originally, like it was crazy, it went viral and everything. Next night, as we all remember, Letterman went on air and was like fucking crazy, right, guys?
Okay, that was 40 seconds.
You were playing it the whole time?
Yep.
I was like, surely. And there was a certain point where I was talking where I was like, surely he paused it.
We've done this for a third of that amount of time. We're like, let's just see how long this feels. And we just sit in silence.
What did he say? Can we? What did he finally chime in with after all that time?
I'll go back like 12 seconds.
Go back even further because we should feel the silence. That was wrong of me to talk during that.
All right, I'll start it from the top.
Okay. It's a deafening silence.
Yeah, and he's just got the fucking gain cranked. You can hear it.
I feel nervous. I'm like, is there an intruder in my house? That's how quiet this is.
You can feel the cold barrel of a gun on the back of your head.
My God.
How'd you get here? We're almost there.
All right, I'm making it members only. Sorry.
And that's the big, when you're thinking, oh boy, he must be gearing up to say something poignant. I'm changing the settings on the chat.
It was just members only.
Oh, Kev, don't do that to us.
That's what's
I
going
wanted to chat you so badly.
You guys want to hear me swish around a lozenge while reading? Join.
What is he doing? Is he reading?
It looks like he's reading the chat and it's not giving him what he wants.
Boy, that's got to be the tough thing about hindering your entire show on this.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Is it still playing?
Nope.
Okay. I was like, holy shit, is this quiet?
No. I actually misery loves cold sores. Okay, that's funny.
Imagine every day if I was or every week, I guess, if I was just silent and then eventually I chimed in. I'm like, boy, dang lizard really isn't giving me what I want today.
I know he's in the chat, so he better.
Hey, listen here, Drew P. Balls. I don't care what you're going through in life. Step it up. Give me something to talk about.
Wow, this is annoying. Oh, this is annoying.
I don't know if this counts as the pause ending or not.
When he says this is annoying, is he the voice of the listener?
Yeah, this is still playing. I have it on pause, by the way.
This is playing?
Yep, it's still playing.
It somehow gets quieter in the room I'm in.
It's because you're hyper aware of your other senses. This is
amazing.
Insane.
It's like watching an animal. Like I don't want to startle him.
Yeah, you don't want to tap the glass. Oh my God.
He's still going?
I will say I like his green screen background.
Well, that's all you have to focus on.
Yep.
Our members only.
Oh, the big reveal. Well, it was worth the suspense.
There's still a minute and a half left of this clip.
Holy shit. That's an eternity. I think by the time we hear noise again, we'll be a different group of people than when we started.
I'll have passed a birthday or something.
It's like how if they used to travel from the Northeast to California or something. Like, we're not all gonna make it, guys.
The Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Die of scurvy or whatever it was.
We walk so future generations can run. We just make it through this, and your grandkids will tell the story.
It's playing.
Yeah, you guys think I listen, I can stop right now. You want me to stop right now?
Yes.
You did. You did. We played it.
Someone say he didn't actually start yet.
Imagine being in the position where you're threatening. Well, then I'll fucking stop. People are like, I dare you.
Please do it.
Listen, I can stop right now. You want me to stop right now?
We definitely believe you.
This might be my last show. Fuck this.
Actually, Kev, you can't stop because evidently you paid so much in taxes last year that you can barely afford to live. So I don't think you can stop.
You more or less have to do 24-hour streams until the end of time.
And that's what's so like disrespectful is like to any of you that have super chatted today, I genuinely appreciate it. And also, you don't have to do that. That's very nice of you to do, but it's not an obligation. I hope you all know that. And the reason I say I hope you all know that is because a lot of these shows, Kevin and John and these people, they scold you for not super chatting. Why aren't you paying my bills for me?
My kids gotta eat.
I don't know. We don't like your show enough.
I don't know if you
Stop yelling at us.
You want me to say it right? You didn't read my super chat. We don't like you. We're not going to send Kevin super chats because Stevie gets all our information. Is that what they're saying now? Stevie gets all the information. You can't trust Kevin. Stevie's working behind the scenes. We're going to get it all figured out. It's going to be great.
That doesn't happen. This idiot is falling for it.
But here's the thing. I think people were like fucking with him and being like, oh, because he got his producer left, Adam Hinnicker. Hinskinnica, as John calls him.
That's a good one.
Adam left. So I guess Stevie Lou's been producing his show. And I think people were fucking with him and being like, oh, they have all our information, Kev. We're leaving. We can't super chat you. And Kevin's taking it seriously.
The meltdown.
Like, stop it. They're not doing that.
There should be a don't super chat Kevin Day. And just see what he does.
He has fans, which I'm sure, maybe they'll be in the comments. And guys, genuinely, don't get angry. Don't call us assholes for making fun of Kev. We're trying to learn here because I don't understand the appeal of his show. So if you guys have something, explain it to me. I'm open-minded.
There's some super chats I haven't read yet. So I apologize to all of them, but it's coming.
I bet you didn't fucking pay me enough, you pigs. Would you give $2, you fucking assholes?
Stevie's going to get all our information. He's going to get all our credit card information, and that'll be the end of it. It will? Okay.
Silence.
Kumi would be like, what's the matter with you? You gonna speak?
Is it still going?
Yep.
This is crazy.
It is insane. But he's a great broadcaster.
Well, the show yesterday was great.
Don't send soup.
Let's not forget. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it's. How is it possible that I interrupted him?
Ever since I said Suboxone, I now think he is on it.
I don't know enough about the medication.
It just makes you kind of sleepy and almost like heroin-like.
I don't think that's what he's on. I think the show yesterday was so fucking intense.
True.
It was such a whirlwind that how could anyone recover?
Yeah.
Like I remember at the peak of Stern, he would do fucking amazing on Monday. And then I don't think he did a show. I think he just did Mondays, if I remember right.
That's right. He would just come back. And
it was such a crazy show on Monday that the rest of the week, everyone would just be like, remember Monday's show? That was wild.
I just awoke from a 72-hour slumber.
I'm such a great broadcaster
It knocked
that I
me
can only
right out.
muster 4 hours of entertainment.
Super chats, because we're gonna get all your information, right? I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. It's all Melton fucking people. That's all Melton does, right? Isn't that what he does?
What? You haven't said anything.
I watch the other shows, but it's so depressing. It's fucking so depressing.
Well, this has been uplifting. I appreciate everything.
Yeah, this has been a real ray of sunshine. This has lifted us. We've risen from the ashes because of the joy, the jubilation that Kevin has presented us here. How dare you? I mean, really.
This finally.
How fucking dare you call other shows depressing after what we just watched? Oh, it's so depressing what these other shows are doing. We watched you sit there in silence for minutes. Oh, I mean, what Patrick Melton is doing, that will make you suicidal. At least he's saying words. Jesus.
That was
All
tough.
Is that it? Is that it?
That was it. Yeah.
Well, we made it through, gang.
That was 3.5 minutes. There was probably about 20 seconds of words.
I mean, and he said 5 words because he said super chat over and over again. So I think,
all right.
I think he only said 5 different words.
Now, my brother's not as funny as everyone thinks he is.
Yeah, we're all wrong about Neil Brennan, actually. Kevin let us know that. Those laughs aren't genuine.
No, they aren't.
I said that. I reviewed Neil Brennan's special on Patreon, and I was like, I can't tell if this is just because I live in a Kevin Brennan world. Like, I listen to his show and stuff, like, for this.
Yeah.
I'm like, do people think Neil Brennan sucks? Because, like, he's tremendously better than Kevin. It's not a contest. It's like saying is fucking Shane Gillis funnier than my neighbor. It's like, why would you even have that discussion?
All right, we got some super chats. We'll get to the people here.
All right, let's catch up to these pricks that probably didn't give me enough money.
Dang Lizard, this is just crap. This is €5. Psychiatric diagnostic criteria for pedophilia extend the cutoff point for prepubescence to age 13.
How do you feel?
Oh, that's very funny. And the last line says, Craigers can read it if he cares about the topic.
Well, what's
funny.
your stance on it ultimately?
It's all crap. That's what it is.
I don't know.
That's very funny. Dang Lizard, €5 again. This piece of shit just keeps giving money.
You cocksucker. €5. What is that? It's 7 cents.
Is that like ruples or something? Whatever they're called. KB choose option 3, going on compound for free, getting compensated for travel, complaining about pay, quitting, promising to pay guests, then complain.
I think, yeah, Kevin's whole thing with Compound Media was like, they're only fucking paying me $100 a show. It's like, you agreed to that, right? Like,
yeah.
They didn't promise you millions. I don't understand. Just say no. I'm not doing a show for that amount. I don't get it.
Shroom Diff Nuclear, €2. We are fungi. We love no, not love. We tolerate Mike.
Oh, all right. That's hurtful.
This fucking piece of shit Dang Lizard again. €5
Oh,
more.
you cocksucker. Of course you come crawling back.
This piece of shit, man. MLC is made private after the live. KB didn't know how after Adam left. He also told Ray to do that, but KB got angry trying to snipe Ray 2 times a day.
Boy, what a show.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look who we have here. This piece of shit Booler. $5.
What do you want?
Where have you been? You just come crawling back like the rest of them.
How dare you think you can just waltz in here and give me money?
Listen, this is definitely condescending tone, if you ask me. He says, "Hope you are well, Mr. Geary." What an ass!
Oh, you would.
Wow, this Dang Lizard guy just doesn't know when to quit here. five more euros.
All right.
This asshole. Before every super chat, I worry that this is not witty or interesting. Nobody cares, and I'm really annoying. But what will Mike do without me?
Yeah, Kevin treats the super chats like his writing staff.
Yeah.
Come on, people. Pitches. All right. Should we polish it off with Crystalia?
We got two more topics.
We got more. What's the other one?
Ty Rivera. Unless you want.
Oh shit! Jesus Christ! What time is it?
We can do Dalia and then get to him if we want, I guess.
Let's do. Oh, we got time. Let's do Ty Rivera.
Ty Rivera.
Yeah. We'll end Dalia.
Absolutely. We'll end
So Ty Rivera, as I mentioned earlier, Jeremy, our Ty Rivera correspondent, reached out, said, "Boss, you're gonna want to check this one out. You know, not as now. What's happening with Ty Rivera is he realizes the only way people watch his show is if he shits on Joe Rogan
or his circle."
Yeah, so that's like consuming his life now. It's kind of like what's going on with Kevin Brennan. Is like, you see, guys, do a show. Maybe people will like it, maybe they won't. You know, just fucking do what interests you, rather than you think what the algorithm is gonna like. You know,
this guy's hideous looking.
Ty Rivera.
Yeah.
How dare you?
But you know what? To be fair, as we'll find out, he's not broadcasting from where he wants to be.
Yeah. So you all remember how he? Well, we'll get to that. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
Let's just say Ty Rivera has burned some more bridges, it seems.
Joe Rogan is a liar. I know. It's a bold way to start off.
Whoa, Ty! You should have put a trigger warning on this thing. Jesus.
Damn, dude. I don't know if I can do the rest.
Patting himself on the back. The only reason people watch this show is because he's like, fucking Rogan stinks.
We might have to take like a 10-minute timeout, dude. I don't know if I can continue.
He's like, I hope you guys are ready for madness. March is over, but the madness continues with Ty Rivera.
Joe Rogan is a liar. I know. It's a bold way to start off. And really, I didn't want to face it myself.
If he's joking, I give him credit, because that's very funny to be like, I frankly, I'm lying to myself more than anyone if I say that Joe Rogan's a good man. I didn't want to come to grips with it, even though it's the only reason people are watching me. I just couldn't. I said, Ty, it can't be so.
Someone in the chat says this is Dennis Rodman and J-Lo's gay son.
Well,
I can see it. Here we have him talking about the creek in the cave.
Okay, so you guys remember how the comedy mothership, Ty Rivera trashed the mothership and said that they weren't booking the right people, particularly him. But really, just he was mad that there were so many booking errors, just that he wasn't getting enough stage time. And he was really mad at the way they treated so many people, particularly his pay specifically. And what he said was that the place for freedom, guys, follow me on the path to freedom, because the place that really lets you be you, it lets comedy shine on the center stage, is the creek in the cave. So he's going to tell us more about why the creek is better than the mothership.
Yes, he is.
The reason that I'm recording from home right now is because Adam Egget, the booker of the mothership, who I've talked about a couple of times before, made a stink with the creek and made it so I can't record my podcast there anymore. And I know that it was Adam that did it, even though now Rebecca's trying to lie, which I've lost all respect for Rebecca Trent.
Remember it was just a couple weeks ago. We played him like, you know who's great is Rebecca Trent.
We have to remember, though, being catty is in their nature. You know what I mean?
I suppose. Yeah, sure. If you want to stereotype, but
Sometimes you have to.
I understand. Yeah, I remember it was a couple weeks ago. He was talking. He said Rebecca is so open-minded that even I have to tell her sometimes, like, "Hey, you don't need to book all these people." That's how open-minded this bitch is. And then Ty Rivera ran his mouth about a couple of things, and Rebecca said, "I don't want you playing here." And suddenly, Rebecca Trent doesn't know what she's doing. It's crazy how that works.
You know, and you know who else doesn't know what he's doing?
Who's
the
that?
most successful comedy booker of all time, maybe. Adam.
Oh, you mean like the guy, like Norm's guy and Rogan's guy, like the guy that comedians trust?
Yeah.
He ran the Comedy Store and now moved to the most popular club maybe in history.
What I'm talking about is the comedy booker who knows comedy so well that one of the most successful comics of all time had him co-host his show.
Yeah, well, he was known for nothing.
Yes.
And Norm said, "I want you on my show." So let's hear what a jackass this guy is, Adam Egget.
Anyway, the thing is, Adam called Rebecca literally crying, which for anybody that thinks Adam has any kind of authority or thought Adam was any kind of man, just know that he literally cried the first time.
First of all, does anyone believe that? Like, Rebecca, Rivera's talking about me.
Rebecca.
He said I'm friends with Kim Congdon.
I feel like if Adam Egget called Rebecca crying, Rogan would be like, "Yeah, you're fired. Get out of here."
He said Sarah Weinshank's not good at comedy. Like, does anyone believe? Ty, you got to work on your lies, buddy. Who's gonna believe that?
Any kind of man, just know that he literally cried. The
Oh,
first
he said I only paid him $100.
This dude got $200 to do like 13 minutes at most.
Yeah. Well, no, he got like $1,200 for the weekend.
Yeah.
and bitched about it.
or maybe it was the second time that I talked about him, but he literally cried. And that was like a woman cried to Rebecca about the fact that I had recorded a podcast and talked about him, which on that one, that's just when I talked about the Kim Congdon and Sarah Weinshank thing, which is just him playing favorite. So I don't know why he would cry about that. But also when it gets to Joe Rogan, because some of you might be like,
I give him credit. Maybe I don't know Ty well enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's very funny to act like to be like, I don't know why he was weeping about that. Like if he's fucking with Adam Egget, that's very funny. I'll give him that.
This is all a joke, and he's been at the mothership this whole time.
Yeah, like that. Then I'll give him credit. But if he like thinks if he's getting clicks that way because he thinks people are gonna believe that Adam Egget was weeping because he said he booked Kim Congdon too much.
I wish Rogan wasn't so big that he would book him on his show and then just videotape him getting denied access from the studio.
Well, I imagine what happened is Adam Egget and Rebecca Trent are friends, and Adam was like, "Do you hear this fucking guy going off on me? Like, Jesus Christ." And Rebecca was like, "Yeah, we don't need this here. Like, I don't want to be involved in this fucking drama."
Adam Egget going through a whole case of puffs because his nose is just running the whole time.
Rebecca, I'm out of tissues.
I call you back. My battery's about to die.
So Rogan a liar if Adam Egget is the one that got your show banned. Well, because Adam Egget would have no power if it wasn't for his position at the mothership. And Joe Rogan at this point has to know what's going on.
Well, sure, that's how all of life works. People in positions of power wouldn't be powerful if they didn't have those positions.
Do you know why?
I guess.
You know why Rogan hired Adam Egget?
Why is that?
So he didn't have to deal with people like this.
Well, that's the thing that we're getting to. Is that Ty goes on to talk about how easy Rebecca and Adam Eget's jobs are, and it's like, but they have. What you're not factoring in is they have to deal with you.
We're also not factoring in friendship, like he's.
They have to deal with assholes like you. So I'm sorry. What friendship?
Yeah, this is him talking about friendship.
Okay.
time that was going on, because I don't personally hang out with Joe Rogan, know his number,
You don't?
talk to him like that. When I would see him at the club, we'd give each other a bro hug when he felt like it. I never
even he can't fully commit to it.
When he felt like it.
On his terms, I mean, we would really embrace each other. It happened once, but
he said, "Who are you?"
My guess as to what happened based on this exchange is that Ty was like, "Joe," and Joe was like, "Hey, man."
He's like, "What the fuck's his name?
Yeah,
What the fuck's his name?"
Bring it in. Get over here, sport.
We've been friends.
How can I? He's got a fucking face tattoo. How can I not remember this guy?
He's easily identifiable.
Came over to me, or we passed each other. We'd give each other a bro hug, say hi. That was the extent of it. I never had an interest in being friends with Joe Rogan, and not.
I suspect it was mutual, Ty. That's like me saying, listen, I'm not even trying to be Larry David's friend, So guys, lest you think that, the effort to not be Larry David's friend has all been on my part.
I didn't feel like there was a real need for that. I worked for his club, and I thought he was cool enough. I know he had helped out a couple of friends of mine, and so I was indirectly appreciative to him for that. And I still do feel that way because he really has helped a few of my friends.
But I'm going to go on to just fucking berate him in the business he's built.
Guys, trust me, bad guy.
It's very funny to be like, guys, I know you all think I'm friends with Joe Rogan. I'm actually not. Listen, I want to put these rumors to bed. Despite our hug, which everyone's been talking about, I'm not friends with Joe Rogan.
The hug felt around the world.
Shane Gillis gave me a hug once. Does that mean we're friends?
Do you have his phone number?
I do.
Sounds like you're more friends with him than he is with Rogan.
Ooh, we're best buddies.
This is Ty talking about free speech.
Oh yeah, no. I think Ty might be a little confused here because the Comedy Mothership, as we all know, is the free speech club, basically. So Ty's saying they're a bit hypocritical, I guess.
Rogan really believes in free speech. One, why does everybody have to sign an NDA to work for him, which the comics didn't have to sign NDAs? But as far as all of the employees have to sign NDAs, never mind that, though, because they do deal with celebrities. But at the same time, it does seem like if you're a real free speech guy, then NDAs shouldn't really be a thing. But
yeah, of course, believe me, if you're a free speech guy, then you should let the waiters go on Twitter and tell you who's been doing coke in the green room.
Yeah, that, and I don't know, maybe he's got a state-of-the-art comedy club and he wants to keep it at the top, not give away all his secrets.
It's very funny to, like, what I appreciate about Ty is he'll lie. He'll just blatantly lie, but give you enough of the truth that he's like, you guys know I'm bullshitting, right? he's like, listen, sure. I mean, the comics didn't have to sign NDAs, and that's really all that Joe meant when he wanted to make a free speech club. He wasn't advocating for the waiters to have to be able to make jokes that they want. I mean, like, yes, would I say that Joe Rogan believes that those people shouldn't lose their job if they tweet a joke or something? Of course. The NDA, I think, is in place so that he can't be like, guess who was fucking booting heroin inside the mothership? Guess who cheated on their wife at the Comedy Mothership this week? I suspect that's why the NDA is there. It's not because someone said a slur on stage.
Shouldn't really be a thing. But that's neither here nor there. You guys decide how you feel about that. I'm just putting information out and talking the way that I talk.
That's what Ty does, where he, like, last week or a couple weeks ago, we heard him be like, yeah, Tony Hinchcliffe made this guy kill himself. And that's just me. I'm just saying facts, He presents it as just him giving information as if he has no agenda at all.
But You might have thought he was done talking about Rebecca Trent. He's not done talking about Rebecca Trent.
It is very similar to Tony. It's funny. Last time he spoke of Rebecca Trent, I believe he was her advocate because she has the most freedom on the planet. The Creek in the Cave is where comics can go to be free. Now, people change over time. 2 weeks is a long period for someone to grow and change. So let's see what Rebecca Trent is up to now.
Me and Rebecca always had a decent relationship. With Rebecca,
She'd give me a bro hug if she felt like it.
She usually didn't want to, but once it happened.
I was always kind of weird with her, or she was always kind of weird with me, and I.
Okay. I love Ty might be a decent guy because he can't commit to his lies. He's like, listen, the truth of the matter is Rebecca is kind of annoyed with me. But what I'm going to say now is the lie.
If this is all just a giant troll, this is like the funniest thing I've ever seen.
If he's fucking with us, it's very well done.
Yes.
Is just kind of pulled back from her because when I originally was like, before I ever met Rebecca, I was already told by a few people that, as they put it, this wasn't my words, and I'm not saying that this is what it is. This is what I was told. I was told the two words that most people use were either addict or drunk. That's what people said. Like,
what a piece of shit.
Booler $5 says this looks like Latino Kirk after he came back from Ukraine.
Poor guy.
That's pretty funny.
But I've seen Rebecca Trent fucking running around Skankfest, and she's always busy at those events. It's like she seems to be very committed to her job. I've only heard comedians say like positive things about her, including Ty Rivera. And then he's like, you know what I hear about her is that she's a fucking drunk and a drug addict.
Person told me that Rebecca, I guess, used to have something to do with Just for Laughs Festival. That's what I was told. And that she was really struggling with the fact that she's pretty irrelevant in the industry now. That's what I was told about Rebecca.
Remember, a couple weeks ago, she was the premier landing spot
for his podcast.
This guy's a gem. I like Ty Rivera.
We've alluded to this. This is the last Ty Rivera clip. But this is him talking about the greatest booker to ever do it and his booking skills.
Oh yeah, okay. So here's the thing: is like booking is easy. Booking a comedy club, it's nothing. Ty Rivera could do it, and he's about to tell you how.
You know, originally when I tried to tell her about the Adam thing, she just right away was like, you know, well, Adam's one of the few people in this city that understands what it is I do. Book? Because a lot of people understand booking. Like anybody that's had a show understands booking. And I know she'll try to make it a bunch of other things, but Adam doesn't run events like she does. So if it's like Skankfest or any of that she's talking about, Adam is not in that same category. So I don't really know. And when they try to act like they're the same as us or even on our level as far as comics go, when it comes to booking, that's something I just won't buy because it's like, yeah, booking isn't that big of a deal. Like, stop trying to make it seem like you put all those names in an order by yourself. Oh my God, I could never do that.
Well, you seem to have a problem with how they're doing it.
He did.
That's the whole thing. It's hilarious that Ty Rivera doesn't realize, like, probably one of the more difficult parts about that is dealing with Ty Rivera.
Oh, that's the most difficult part.
like dealing with people that are like, oh, Rebecca Trent, she's great. She's my best friend. Wait, I'm not on the lineup this week. She's a drug addict. She's an alcoholic. That's the part that's difficult, is dealing with personalities like that, I think.
Yeah, Ty Rivera's just like, now this isn't my words. I'm just hearing this, but she beats her kids.
And that's just what people are telling me. So yeah, Ty, I can't get a read on him. He might be hilarious, you know?
He could be.
Or he's a complete asshole. It's one of the two.
I think he might be hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't. I gotta be honest. It doesn't seem it. it seems like he thinks he's righteous because these clips were from an hour podcast where he's just bitching about not being booked at the mothership and the creek in the cave.
Yeah.
Also, simultaneously saying, by the way, that he's retired from comedy.
Did he?
That's like me. That's like me bitching about not getting booked places.
If he's so good at booking and so easy, and they make so much money doing it, why wouldn't he just do it?
It's an interesting quandary that he's in. I don't know. But you know, we hopefully everything works out for Ty Rivera. And speaking of comedians that can't get booked at the comedy mothership,
what a segue.
What do you say we check in with Chris D'Elia?
Our good pal Chris D'Elia. Just give me 1 second while I type this timestamp.
Good, please do. Best in the biz, folks.
It's been a while since we've talked about this chap here.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Chris in a little bit, so I thought we should check in with him. And he's just like, he has nothing to talk about. It's very similar to Kevin Brennan, where these guys do these shows by themselves. It's like, just have someone there to fucking bounce off of, Chris, you know?
Bring your wife in. Those episodes rule.
The episodes with the wife are great. The wife should be the co-host.
Oh my God, because she calls him out, and to his credit, he leaves it in.
Yeah. They have good rapport. Chris says how he wants to fuck other women. The wife says you're a piece of shit, and we all have fun.
You're beyond lucky I'm still here. If it wasn't for me, you'd definitely be in jail. You know, the basic back and forth.
The way couples do.
Yeah. But he's a sports guy.
Chris is a big sports guy here. As you'll I don't need to say it. You're gonna hear it.
One time I was watching I was at the Dodgers game and they were playing San Francisco 49ers. No, fucking San Francisco Giants. I definitely know that the Giants are baseball.
It's very funny.
They're also
that's a Coleman move, by the way, where it's like I know sports. I messed up. I know, but I know so much that the facts are just in my head, all swirling around.
If he just said he's mostly a basketball guy, none of this happens to him. Coleman.
Yeah. But I don't even know if that. I don't think he's a basketball guy.
He got the top 10 scorers of all time pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely more of a basketball guy.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
But yeah, he's kind of a Chris D'Elia guy, is really what it's about.
He's a big time Chris D'Elia guy, huge fan.
Yeah.
Probably the last one I said, so it was still locked in my memory. So they were playing the San Francisco Giants. And Barry Bonds, it was like his year after he got 4,000 home runs in 1 year, you know. And he comes.
We all remember that, the 4,000 home run year.
Okay, he's talking about it in the past. I thought he was like, yeah, last week we saw Barry Bonds.
Oh no. I believe he was at a game. It's just funny to listen to what he thinks was like a significant moment to Barry Bonds.
And he's next. And I say, and I was close to the on deck circle, like I had good seats, and he was doing his thing. Cool. By the way, the on deck circle is bullshit. Like, you don't need that. That's weird.
This is where we get into his Seinfeldian observation here.
What's the deal with on deck circles?
That's literally what he's doing.
Oh God.
Whereas, like, the actual answer is just like, well, the players kind of stretch and get ready to get up there. You don't want to just walk up cold. You stretch your limbs a little bit. Get a few practice swings in.
Wait in the batter's box, and when it's your turn, run up to the plate. Why is there a place to wait to go to? It's like the waiting room in a doctor's office, only for at bats.
What are packing peanuts?
Did he not notice he was taking practice swings, getting maybe the timing of the pitcher down?
Hey, these packing peanuts. Why you can't eat them? Why are they calling them peanuts?
When the pitcher would make it his delivery, I saw him step like he was in the like, why is he doing that?
Why? What's the deal with politics?
Don't have that. Number one, baseball. Number two, Barry Bonds was there, and he was doing his thing with the with the donut on the bat, so it would be heavier. So that when you get up, the bat seems lighter, which is like,
oh, so he knows exactly what the point of the on deck circle is.
It's also like, this is such a detailed story, and it does not have to be. We know if he was on the deck circle, we have an image in our heads, Chris. We got it. And he was wearing his fucking batting helmet, and he had the Giants uniform on. It had his name and number on the back, and on the front, it was the Giants logo. It spelled out Giants because they were home. So they were wearing their white jerseys, and it says Giants. When they're on the road, it's actually a gray jersey, and it says San Francisco on it. But this was the home game, just to be clear.
So
And he was in the batter's box again, and he has the donut on his bat. And his bat is, I think they probably all use the same brand of bat. I imagine it's a deal they have worked out with Major League Baseball. And so I'm there, and about 38,000 other people. Let me name them in order. Jeff was there. Phil was there. His wife Susan, of course, was in the stadium that day. Let me list the hot dog vendors that were there. We're getting a lot of detail about Barry Bonds in the end. We have an image, Chris. We got it.
The thing is kind of stupid, honestly. On deck circle, I'm realizing how much I don't like the on deck circle. And Barry Bonds is taking his cuts, and I say, "Hey, Barry." And I remember, and I've never said this. I've never said this before.
You are 18, correct?
I've never said this before. I'm guilty.
I was in the wrong.
All those girls were right. I've never said this before. I don't really love my wife. He's shouting out harsh truths to Barry Bonds.
Box Eating Dad says, I said, "Hey, Barry, you're not up yet." Yeah, I keep it pretty chill in the gym.
Barry, get out there and take some cuts.
And since I said, "Barry,
he's making it up.
You're gonna go yard." And I don't know if you know the slang, but what that means is, you're going to hit a home run, right? Going yard as when you're at bat means you hit a home run. I said, "Are you?"
I don't even blame Chris, because like if I had to do an hour a week, this is what I would sound like. It's like just have a fucking co-host.
At least you would speak.
Have a producer or have someone in there for Christ's sake.
Someone who's a little bit of both, you know?
So you're not like making up things you yelled to Barry Bonds 20 years ago.
You could see him making it up in his head as he's talking.
I said, he's like the John Lovitz character. I said, "Go yard." That's it. Yeah, that's the ticket.
And he's doing his at-bat cuts, looks back at me, and just goes like this.
Nice.
Like cool as shit.
Everyone that's just listening, you know, because he's doing a podcast, he just nodded his head like, "Of course I'm gonna." That's all he did.
Yeah, so probably not a story worth telling, but Chris continues.
With his
I gotta say,
legs,
it's very funny that that's a story that Chris is telling.
It probably crushes on Snapchat.
First of all, it's something a 9-year-old would consider an experience. Like, I'm sure Barry Bonds, if he heard you say like "fucking crush it, Barry," he'd go, "Hey, nice." You know,
you're gonna go yard.
You're gonna go yard. Oh yeah.
So
let's hear Chris's experience.
He then signed my souvenir baseball bat afterwards.
It was bat day.
Just crazy baseball player, big ass and legs. Mark McGwire and Barry Bonds, they shouldn't have necessarily even had the home run race. They should have had the.
Well, they didn't.
Big ass
They did not.
The good news is they didn't.
Oh, so you don't see color, do you?
It was McGwire and Sosa.
What do they have in common there, Chris?
Chris, I'm going to save you a lot of stress. They shouldn't have had the home run race. We should get this guy in a room with Coleman. I'm telling you.
That'd be great.
Jim Roberts, Jim Silvio.
Silvio.
Because their fucking trunks were awesome, dude. They were so awesome. I want trunks like that, dude. I just want pistons like that. And no matter how many single leg, rear foot elevated split squats I do, I'll never have Mark McGwire ass. There's a quote for you. But
he's so wacky.
Does he not know they were on steroids?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Like that's
like
the whole,
famously.
like the most famously.
Yeah. That's great. I'll never be built like Lance Armstrong. It's nuts.
So say, you're going to go yard? And he looks back at me, barely, by the way, and makes eye contact with me and just goes,
Yeah, we get
like,
it.
yeah.
How does he, if he's making eye contact with you, how's he barely looking at you?
He just kind of turned the corner of his eye.
Makes direct eye contact with me and barely acknowledges that I'm there.
You guys ever seen baseball in the 90s? Let me tell you about this story.
Gets at bat, and he hits a home run. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. Definitely when it comes to baseball. Live.
Chris thinks Barry Bonds called his shot there.
You know, I've seen Manny Ramirez hit home runs in person, and I feel like we connected every single time.
Wow, I bet you and Manny did actually.
I threw a traveling secretary down the stairs.
Yeah.
And that was what the Max Holloway thing reminded me of it, because it was like, calling your shot, dude.
You think he would just brought up Babe Ruth or something? You know, the famous one?
Pretty cool.
Pretty.
He goes on, no?
Nope. There's more clips, but that was
Yeah,
the first clip.
So like his telling of that experience is like, he's like, Barry Bonds doesn't get enough credit for that, man. It's like, for what?
That was 3.5 minutes, that clip.
he gets credit for being one of the great home run hitters of all time that probably did steroids. Like what doesn't he get credit for? That he nodded at you? I don't.
He had a size 9. He had a size 9.5 fitted hat. Of course, he was on steroids.
So what is this?
You know, elephants.
Oh yeah. So this is just a random insert. Chris's brain is so wacky, man. Crazy where his mind goes.
Elephants are crazy dangerous because they're so big, dude. I bet if they were small, they wouldn't be that.
Is his appeal that he's like a toddler?
Yes.
That's what people like about him.
That has to be it. I mean, he talks like
Right?
one. Yeah.
Oh, fucking elephants are crazy. Isn't it crazy that I'm saying baby talk?
3Ds in the chat says, when I yelled at shoeless Joe Jackson, hey, you forgot your shoes.
Hey, take the Reds. Shoeless Joe is like, you got it, kid.
He said the same thing to Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Get trampled on, or just sit down behind. You ever see that? I have this weird nightmare, not nightmare, daymare, really. Sometimes I think about an elephant, and it's like, what if you were behind an elephant and they just sat down and you went whoom in their anus? That would be absolutely. Is that like that's probably like on some movie? Anyway,
what movie would that be the plot of?
I mean, Ace Ventura comes out of a rhino's ass.
Oh, maybe that's what he's thinking of then.
Could be.
His mind is so crazy, man. What if an elephant sat on me and I got stuck in his asshole? Yeah, I guess that'd be nuts, Chris. You're right. Sure. I suppose that would be wacky. What if an elephant sat on me and I went up its asshole? You'd be up its asshole. What do you mean, what if?
It would probably smell. You need a shower.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of things.
That's probably some movie. Yeah, I'm sure.
Now, guys, we've come to our last clip here.
All right. Let's this is a brief check-in with Chris.
Yeah. This is just called Black Scent.
Oh, this was like offensive, actually. So he's telling a story. I forget if he's talking to a black guy, but he takes over the personality of a black man at some point.
He got off of the, what do you call it? He beat the case because they straight up.
Oh, I think he's talking about the juice here.
Right? Like,
I
think he's talking about the juice.
Could be.
Black people are like, yeah, let him free. Don't, don't have him go to jail. He's innocent, but they knew, There it is. They're like, they knew. They go, yeah, did he do it? No way. Free him. Free. Oh,
they went, yeah, son.
Yeah, boy.
Check it.
He's actually got a giant clock on his necklace as he's doing this, too.
Well, listen to this. Listen to what they went like.
Yeah, did he do it? No way. Free him. Free OJ. And then they were like, but seriously, do you think he did it? And they're like, oh yeah, no, he did it.
See, like, how weird is he's not doing a stereotypical black accent. He's doing like one black guy in particular.
Yeah. Now who's this guy?
The character is taken over. oh yeah, he did it. Like at first he kind of went with the traditional like black stereotype voice, but then he's like now I am this character. You know, I am Jamal. It's consuming me.
My name is now Chris Jones.
But because Rodney King, and also a little bit for reparations, because man, there'd be so many people. They constantly, they really were beating the shit out of black people. So like, okay, so it's like this is our chance to be like, nah, fuck the man, and I get that.
Okay,
I'm with you, brothers. It was very weird that he like slipped into that. It was more offensive that he was trying to do a voice. You know what I mean? Like if he just ended at the like, yeah, boy.
So
it would somehow be less offensive than what he slipped into.
Yeah, I mean, like Jerry basically told this story without doing that because we found a clip from Oprah's show when the verdict was read in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the funniest thing, honestly, because half the crowd was black, half the crowd was white. And when they read the verdict, there's uproarious applause from one side of the room.
That's
a lot of arm crossing on the other.
I like that, but like people, but like Jerry get like morally outraged. Like I think it's hilarious that people were like, "Fuck yeah, good for you, OJ."
That was very funny.
No, I'm sorry, that's not what they said. They said, "Yeah, I get it."
Yeah, they were like, "Yeah, dog.
Yeah, I get it."
You asked me that waiter was asking for it.
Oh, Chris. Yeah, he wasn't up to too much. It's tough to get through a lot of his episodes. They're a little exhausting. I've said this before. The perfect word for Chris D'Elia is exhausting. He's an exhausting man.
Yeah, except that, like we said, though, our annual "It's Christmas, his wife's on the show" app is awesome.
Sure, that's fun, but that takes a few more months to go.
2 hours out of our time.
yeah. It's a Christmas tradition. But speaking of the juice, yeah, I think we will do a bonus, maybe a few bonus episodes around that. If I did it, like the book and the interview is great. So if we've never done that on Patreon, I think we should. Because, OJ is gone and I'm not ready to accept that yet. I miss him.
I know. We got one last super chat from Big W, $10.
Thank you, sir.
Walked into an elevator eating a bag of baby carrots. Lady says, those are good for your eyes. I says, tell me about it. I used to be blind. So yeah, she showed me her tits.
Now that's a story.
There we go. There we go.
That's fun. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, huh?
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
I feel like we used to end the show somehow, and I've lost my way. I don't really know how to do that anymore. Oh, we used to have Hack Ride on. What happened to him?
He's in the chat.
Oh, he's here. Okay, good.
Yeah, he's in the chat. Gearbox tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, yes. Shame on me. Believe me, I'm sure it's been promoted plenty.
I'm sure.
But yes, they're back to their usual time tonight at 9, right?
Yep, that's right. And if Dang Lizard Super Chat isn't chat of the day, I'm going to be fuming mad.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It should be.
That was very funny.
I mean, he kind of said the truth about Craig, pretty much. There was no, I don't know how interesting it was,
It was good trickery.
Yeah. Go support Hackride, hackridethedemon.com, right?
Is he yelling at us for not promoting while we're doing this?
It's got to be a joke, I assume.
We don't promote anymore. Glide path?
I don't know. What does that mean, glide path?
I don't know. I wish he was here to tell us what he means.
Oh, well, I'm sorry I didn't do a good enough job. I liked last week, days before the Tom Myers interview came out, Hackride was tweeting, make sure to watch Gearbox after the Blind Mike Project.
Yeah.
It's like, promote the show first. Then we say, hey, also go watch Hackride.
Did you watch that, by the way?
What?
The
the norm breakdown.
It was done really well. He was.
I get weird with that stuff because he does. He. This is not a criticism of Hackride. He does a very good job with it. But I always get weird. It's like, that's not norm though. You know what I mean? Like just the concept of AI. I don't know how to feel about it.
You are right. It wasn't Norm. It was a zombie version of Norm.
Right. But again, I'm not criticizing Hackride. I'm saying the idea of like using people's likeness. I at times I like it, and then I get like I get sad about it. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they'll talk about that on Gearbox. They'll give their opinions.
I'm sure he's going to hate all this promotion too.
There's some good trivia about me. I gave him the real dirt, the real scoop.
Oh, the real dirt, yeah.
Find out some controversial things about me.
Nice.
Yeah, so go do that. Craig also said, Justin pointed this out to me, the great Justin Trudeau.
Yep.
He pointed out to me, Craig has a few tells. One of them, for a long time on Why Are You Laughing, I would ask if he was familiar with a clip, and Craig would say, no, I don't watch these. I like to be surprised by them, which is just his way of saying, I did not prepare for this.
Your live reaction, you know?
That's what everyone. I think that's why people watch the show. They're like, I wonder how Craig's going to react to all these clips.
Oh, wow. He reacted just like I did hearing this. They relate to me.
He's a regular guy.
He's a regular guy.
And Justin pointed out to me recently that if I ask Craig if the intro is done, he doesn't say no. He doesn't say no, I just didn't do it. What he says is, oh, no, they're all in a folder.
That was today.
Like I can sleep easier knowing that they're all near each other. Good. I hope the clips are all in one little spot together, cozy.
As you know, the
They're
many
all in a folder together.
many listeners of Very Good Show know I do this show from 2 separate locations now.
Yes.
So the intro, the raw one I have, is not at this location, but I have the clips.
It's a difficult job he has.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the exact quote from The Rock that we want.
But ultimately my point is, just so you guys know, they're all together. That's the good news.
They are all together.
Yeah, they're all together, and rules of engagement was discussed.
Rules of engagement ruled.
So everyone's doing their job.
We got this.
Hey, it's Boogie.
Got that. It's going in.
That's going in.
That's going
no
in.
idea what that's from, by the way.
It's
someone
already...
sent it to me, and I was like, that'll be fun in there.
Yeah, so we got it. We're all ready to go, except for nothing about the guys.
Can I hear another boogie?
Yep. Let me pull up the actual board. The actual boogie board.
Yes.
If it pulls up, here we go. Which one you feeling?
Hey, dealer's choice.
Let's talk about the massages.
I want where he gives the high voice.
Oh,
they came to you.
There we go. That's what I'm thinking of. Some people, I never understand people. So we talked about Boogie at the end of the show a couple weeks ago.
I'm going to push back a little bit.
No, we did. I swear. And the only real, so the people that didn't get it were like, oh, it's too long, which to me is a hilarious criticism.
Yes.
Because it's like, I would rather you end the show early. We did it at the end.
You guys not understand we were going and we realized that he was a self-hating black man. And we were like, we need to hear this entire thing.
We had no choice. It was out of my hands.
Oh man, that was my favorite segment I think we've ever done. That was so funny.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. People enjoyed it. So, yeah, leave comments on YouTube and all that stuff helps the show. Subscribe. If you're watching right now, make sure you're subscribed. Obliterate that like button. Just smash it to pieces.
I knew the dynamic was trust.
Thank you, Boogie. And go to blindmike.net. That's where you find all our links. Subscribe, become a YouTube member or a Patreon member, and we appreciate you. We appreciate all the super chatters as well.
That's right.
So blindmike.net, hackridethedemon.com, and verygoodshow.org, which is where Craig allegedly does a show.
I do.
What's happening there?
Once in a while. Talked about my divorce briefly last week. So if you want to get
Oh, the gossip. I'm surprised the tabloids haven't been covering that.
any juice on that, you guys can go
The
listen to
cat's
that.
out of the bag.
That's out of the bag.
Craig is swinging single. Ladies, try and contain yourselves.
Can you contain yourself?
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
So if you want the drama, go find out about that.
Yeah,
Find out
marriages.
about all the
marriages
horrible
and-
things Craig did to that poor woman.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know what to say because I'm trying not to get like too specific, but
I did always. I met her the one time, and I thought to myself, she could do a lot better, and I'm glad she realized that as well.
now I might blow your mind here, but this was my call.
Yeah, that's what Stuttering John says too. You can't have pizza every day. All right. Well, yeah. Go check out that. See what all the hubbub's about. All the gossip. If you've been hearing people, whispering about it in the streets,
That's
you
right.
can finally go listen to it.
You know what's very funny though is there was a chatter during VGS that was just the person's name was Craig's ungrateful wife, and I hadn't said anything yet, and it was so specifically scary specific every time.
Maybe it was her.
That's what I thought, but I have a suspicion I know who it was, but
Interesting.
yeah, it was
Well,
very.
don't do that. Don't actually fuck with people's lives, you maniacs.
Well, that's why I didn't say anything until it was like it was final, because now it's like it's done. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, good.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. This is the old outro, but just sleep tight tonight because they are in a file together.
They sure are.
And we have a meme transition.